Hey everyone, how are you doing? It occurs to me I didn't literally send a tweet out about this, so before I start the stream I'm just going to say I'm live on Twitter. 1 second. Because I'm incredibly disorganized today. Whoop. Look at that. Professional, innit? Outstanding. Right, let's play a little bit. So we're playing New Vegas, and I sincerely thought we were actually... Oh, good, that's hard. I genuinely thought I had one DLC left, but in actual fact, he says falling down a hole, is that we've got the entirety of the Old World Blues DLC to do. So I'm going to do that. Wrong button. Am I encumbered? I am encumbered. Oh, shit, of course, because I'm literally picking everything else up. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Alright, well, if I can... Shit. Alright, I'm gonna pop me... I'm hoping this is... Hey, Patima. Patima, I'm gonna DM you my stream key, yeah? So we're all good. Please don't break into my house and steal my UB key. Hey, Stubby. Howdy from Texas. Stubby, what temperature is it in Texas right now? Because I'm really fucking cold, and I could do with some of your heat. Do Fahrenheit, but I do think I can vaguely estimate what that is in, you know. Or unless you want to Google what it is in Celsius. It is cold. I was in, so prior to this, I popped to the pub to have 2 pints. 75, so 70, so it's going to be about 20-something, I think? Like late 20s, in normal temperature, not freedom measurements. And, no, I was in the pub earlier, just after work, because I was like, I'll have a cheeky pint or 2, and I'll read my book. And fuck me, is it cold? I was just like, I'm going to do my pint, because I've emotionally committed to reading a little bit. But God damn it, it's so cold. Right, there we go. I can put the... Yeah, 25 degrees. That sounds honestly pretty nice. Yeah, 25 degrees, that's good. That's not too hot, but it's... Yeah. Well, fuck you, Stubby. I'm freezing. To give you an idea, it's... What's the... Not fuck you, obviously. It's 9 degrees right now, so what? 40-something, maybe? So not like cold, but like chilly. God, it's so fucking cold. I mean, if you insist. Well, right, I'm gonna have to drop off a load of my shit here. Hey, Lucy. Oh, hey, Devil, by the way. Yeah, it's 9 degrees though. Oh, you're gonna flex, or you're gonna do that weird flex thing where you tell me how cold it is in Canada right now. Yeah, there we go. Look what she did. I preempted. What is that? Fucking... Ah, that's the button. I've been playing Sons of the Forest, so the controls are similar-ish because I'm playing on the console, but not that close. Can I put my stuff in an empty locker? Ah, perfect. I'm going to put all my weapons... I'm just going to pop all my weapons in here briefly. And then we're going to get my gold back. Ah, nice! Ego Lucy, are you at least based in somewhere where it's not 8 PM? Or are you just in the UK and just decided to have a really epic snooze? Damn right I know you. Okay, let's go here. So I've been keen to play this for ages. I think... It's one of those things, like, where I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll stream again. Australia. Okay, so it's actually the morning for you. Oh, fair. Bit of a curveball. So basically, like, with the Sons of the Forest, I've just been so distracted by everything. I completely just emotionally committed myself to that game. And, like, I think played 64 hours over, like, 1 week, which is quite a lot. And I finished it last night, and I was like, oh, I can play other things now. And I was like, I haven't streamed in a while, so yeah, we're going to play this. Good game, though. I'm going to continue making videos on Sons of the Forest, though not as much, because I'm not playing it as much now. But it's a good game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Right, where can I sell these gold bars? Actually, no, fuck it. I'm just going to drop the gold bars in Novak and we'll deal with them later, I think. Because I'm not really needing any gear. And at least that way. We managed to get 4 whole gold bars. The story's not... The story is the weakest bit. I think most people, if they breeze through the game, can complete the story in like 10, 15 hours. But to be honest, I think if you were dedicated, you could do the story in 10 hours, I'd say. Maybe less. But that's if you're like really going for it. Where are gold bars? There they are. Probably in this one. But I played... Oh, for fuck's sake. I played 60 hours... 65 hours, and that was me building and also doing the story. I've thoroughly enjoyed the experience, but it's one of those games where I realised I get quite... comatose. I don't know if you guys have some games where you do this, where you kind of play them so much your brain sort of feels a bit heavy. Hey, Z. I mean, is it a bit like Project Zomboid? No, but that's more because Project Zomboid is such a weirdly unique game. Like, Project Zomboid is the... absolutely not what it's like, but, in the sense of there's loads to survival do. Because it's not as survival... It's not as developed as Project Zomboid, shall we say. It's like Project Zomboid in the sense of it's a survival game. But I would argue that's about as far as it goes, really. Oh, Z, that was you who I followed on Twitter earlier, right? Because they have the same name as you. I'm just double checking it is you. Otherwise, you've got an imposter, and you should get on that. Bit of a niche person to to imposter, but who knows? Who knows? You did mention your home plate, and it did have the same name as you, but I do always like to clarify just in case. Mainly because I'm about to send you loads of nudes, and you know, I've got to make sure that I'm sending them to the right person. Every mod gets nudes, just so you're, in case you're all aware. Right, pop those. Oh, they were not meant to go in there. Z is on Twitter. I mean, I'm assuming it's them, and otherwise I'm just followed some randomer who just happens to have the same name. No, that was me. Oh, good, good, good. Because they had the same name as you, and I was like, normally I ask, but I was like, I'll follow them, it's fine. So yeah, you'll, get the special package. You won't, I'm sorry. Just to torpedo that one right there. I don't send dick pics. It's more kind of feet pics. Keep them a little bit more sensual. Right, okay. So many nudes. Aw, everyone loves my nudes. Come on. I've actually got scales. I don't have normal skin. That's why she's freaked out. It's honestly a bit grim. Right, okay, let's organize this. Ego Lucy, is it because it's cold in Australia? Oh, wait, isn't it like... Okay, so, Lucy, what season is it in Australia? I've got Australian friends, but I always just get very confused by the fact that everything's upside down over there. What armor are you wearing? I don't need that. Oh, no, we're going to keep the assassin suit on. I'm going to keep the reading glasses. I can get everything else. Cool. Exactly right. Disgusting. Right, okay. Not gonna use that. Not gonna use that. Don't need you. We're gonna head straight heavily over to the DLC quite quickly. It occurs to me I can actually get rid of loads of my shit. Nah, because I'm gonna use the tri-beam laser rifle. Not using you. Yes. I think that's good. Yeah. What's the... Ah, there we go. I'm looking. Terrible, which is fine. It's autumn. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, technically it's winter here. Like I said, it's freezing. Horrifically so. But it is getting warmer at least. Right, so that's the one we want. When I was... for those of you who are eagle-eyed on the channel, and literally really pay attention to when I upload something. So when I uploaded this stream and scheduled it, I actually sincerely thought we were doing the Lonesome Road DLC. So if you watched it, for like the first 5-10 minutes, it was like the description and the thumbnail were just for Lonesome Road until I was about to tweet it out. I was like, oh guys, I'm streaming tomorrow, and then I realized, wait, we've got an entire DLC. And some battle music, apparently. Oh, ain't that a kick in the head? Sorry, I didn't realise. I haven't watched Clockwork Orange in absolutely yikes. I thought you were making a short joke, to be fair. Isn't there a New Vegas game mod being made? Probably. I'm pretty sure there's a reskin out there somewhere they're doing. Ah, it's here. I've literally walked by it. Oh, that's way closer to Lipton than I realised. Right, so there is quite a lot of dialogue in this part. Also, it's arguably the weirdest DLC. Some of the best dialogue ever, but it is also batshit insane. So just prepare yourselves emotionally. How do I... Oh, fuck, I'm in combat apparently. Oh, I haven't set up any of my weapons. Because they've all been... Cool. Extremely horny robots. Oh, you also get to enjoy me forgetting most of the controls. They're subtly different than the last game I played. Jesus, guys. Alright, son. Jesus! Fuck off. It's alright, I didn't need any microfusion cells anyway, apparently. Legit. Although, to be fair, you do get some big-ass mole rats in Fallout 4, but it's usually the mole rat broodmothers, who, incidentally, are a nightmare to farm when you actually need them, because they're the only ones that reliably drop the teeth. So when I think I was upgrading the Mole Miner Gauntlet back a year ago, because I've got this cool Mole Miner Gauntlet in 76, and I was like, oh, you need mole rat teeth to upgrade it to its, I think it's to add the extra claw. And yeah, it took absolutely ages because I didn't know where those mold miner broodmothers spawned. So, and they are big, but a pain in the ass when you actually need them. Oh, I have to wait. Alright, I knew that. Because it's the midnight showing, so it shows at midnight. Useless. Oh, thank you, ain't that a kick in the head. You can joke about my height as long as they're funny. God, this is such a weird DLC. Hey, Stella! Alright. I remember this one being really hard. This is the one I think I've played the less.
In the years before the Great War, Big Mountain had been the home to the brightest minds
this
of
one
the
twice.
21st century. Scientists of vision were drawn to the facility to tackle the greatest technological challenges.
Some good facial hair on display there.
They sought to create a new world.
Now, which one is the horny one?
Technology
It must be her on the far left.
Mankind. Sonic emitters, space-age alloys, DNA hybridization, force field particle research.
Yeah, to be
auto-dog
honest,
advances,
I remember this
cranial, cardiac, and trauma
DLC
surgery.
feeling weirdly
The hopes and
claustrophobic,
dreams of a
I think,
century
because everyone's a
became
robot or
realities in
dead.
the electronic forges of Big Mountain.
Dr.
The
Dahlia, yeah,
nucleus
that's
of
the
this
one.
research was the
The
dome.
really,
A
really thirsty
huge
one.
stone facility that held the
Patima,
labs
you're
of
gonna love the
every
dialogue for this
science
one, because
known
I remember
to
you
man.
mentioning you haven't played it. You are gonna adore it.
It was a think tank where no problem could not be solved, where no question could not be answered. The Great War brought a new energy to Big Mountain and its science.
This one is probably
Although
Obsidian at their
sheltered
best, I
from
think.
the front lines, the scientists waged
The
their
Honest
own
Hearts
war,
one, Obsidian at their
fighting
worst,
their
because
battles at the
yikes.
atomic
This
level.
one, Obsidian at their best, because it's just,
Equations
they've
and
just had silly fun with
calculations
it, and it's
marched
so well done.
endlessly across chalkboards and computer terminals toward one solution.
This part could do with subtitles.
Winning the war. For years, the minds and computers of Big Mountain
So the
were
one
a
thing-
blaze
oh,
of trajectories,
is-
weapon schematics, and nuclear
There's a
theory.
lot of dialogue in some of these
Problems began
DLCs.
to outpace the
Like, I'm not
solutions.
looking forward to the Lonesome
First,
Road, because
geometrically,
Ulysses does not
then
shut the fuck up.
exponentially.
And this one is nearly
As
as
the war
bad. I swear
escalated,
each DLC
so
has more
did the
dialogue in it.
questions. On the night of October 23rd, 2077, the scientists received
Honest
an
Hearts was
answer
fine,
that put
it's
all
just-
their questions to rest.
Honest Hearts, the big problem is
In
the
the
slightly
aftermath,
problematic
Big
representation of
Mountain's
Native
silent
Americans.
experiments went
It's very, like,
Their
yikesy.
creators slowly
But
died
Joshua Graham
in
is one of the
new
best
world
characters
that
ever,
had
so.
been left behind.
It's Friday for you,
And
nice.
the great
Oh yeah,
stone
you're
in the
hours
middle
ahead, aren't
the
you, of
big
course.
empty lay untouched.
I'm looking forward to the weekend, to be honest.
Technological wonders.
Jesus, he's still talking.
Wonders that, in the end, had been answers to the wrong question.
Oh, no, eat that kick of the head. I was exactly the same. You're like, man, holy shit, I didn't realise how bad this was. It's still good, just, yeah, it's a bit yikesy. It's very dated, shall we say. But yeah, so, like, I'm excited for the weekend, because for the last 2 weekends, I've been kind of on it socially. And then also with Sons of the Forest, which I've been enjoying, but it has felt a bit like work, because I've been, like, I've made 2 videos, and I've also been playing a lot with the idea of making more videos. So I kind of just want a weekend to just fuck around, and I'm really excited for it. Oh, Z, because I didn't mention it in the tweet, but the angle of your pictures, very good. I do appreciate when people take good pictures of their player homes. Also, home plate is it's whenever I'm playing the game, it's the place that I usually like to prefer my player home, because it just feels a little bit more thematic. So very well done. Right, we'll talk to those guys in a sec, because it just takes absolute ages. Right, do you like dialogue? Prepare yourselves. Getting so much Reddit karma right now. You farm that Reddit karma. How I started the channel was literally posting my videos on Reddit. So I respect and encourage.
I thought I heard the pacification field kick in. All right, shh, nobody move. I'll handle this. Be warned, intruder. You are in the presence of the mighty think tank of Big Mountain. The collective geniuses of... We... By Oppenheimer, which one of you self-professed geniuses has been adjusting my volume knob? Who was it? Was it you, 8? Oh, Dr. O, was it? Likely story. O couldn't spark 2 neurons if they were in a lattice of...
There's so much dialogue, though. Like, I very vividly remember this part taking fucking ages. So we might be here for 5-10 minutes just watching these guys. So relax, have a chat.
Biomed gel.
What? Me? Breaking news, Klein. It wasn't me, all right?
I only
I'm a
use Reddit
robotical
to
engineer.
follow
sound
posts on
waves.
games I like.
That's his specialty. You always do this. You always demean me in front of guests. And it's not O, all right? It's enough.
Alright, Z, put your red rocket away, yeah? I made a penis joke.
Either of you do it again, it'll be the last time. Now, great. Now I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about? Did it just say something? Anyone catch that? Boros, you work with animals. Translate. It's a lobotomite. Here, in the dome. Oh, as if this situation couldn't get any worse. Now we've got lobotomites. Dala, get the spray before it excretes all over everything.
Dr. Klein, if my hypothesis is correct, this lobotomite is the repository of the brain we sent the signal to. The skinvelope once containing it.
Skinvelope.
If so, it's proof that there may indeed be something beyond the crater. Just look at it. The way it blinks. It's like a big, hairless teddy bear.
I knew how horny Dr. Dalla was, but she's so thirsty. At least one person we're going to be doing all the dialogue for is her, because her dialogue is just so thirsty. It's amazing.
I know what it is, Dollar. I want to know why it's down here. With its limbs all over everything. And are those penises I see wriggling on its feet? Disgusting.
I believe those are toes, Dr. Klein. Little teddy bear toes. Penises are much larger than those tiny extremities. Not that I would know.
I don't recall the human penis ever being that large.
It depends on one's own frame of reference, Dr. O. Look at its little nose with its 2 orifices for ingesting oxygen.
Noses? Why, the great static. These lobotomites confound me with their sheer number of useless extremities.
Love it.
Now it's holding up an array of fully erect hand penises.
Oh, it's so good.
If it tries to insert them, activate vivisectors. Dr. Klein, wait. I don't believe those gestures were random.
It's so good.
Random at all. It's been following our conversation. The lobotomite understands us.
I agree with Boros's histrionic findings. This little lobotomite is unusually attentive for something whose brain has been extracted.
Nonsense. Lobotomites can't comprehend
Hey,
us.
Jalobby.
Ace, have you been in the mentats again? If we slow down our oral processoreceptors to understand this excretion, we'll all be rendered ignorant.
All of you, power down, shut up, and let me prove once and for all how wrong you all are. As usual. Lobotomite, do you understand
So
me?
good.
Can you speak? Those were words, weren't they? In the form of questions. It's asking me questions. Is this some kind of trick? Our efforts have turned against us. In playing God, we created a monster.
Perhaps as we were ruthlessly lobotomizing it with our cutters, we filled the skinvelope with awareness. A teddy bear with new stuffing.
Wait. If what you're theorizing is this lobotomite understands us, can reason with us,
Then this may be just the answer we've been looking for. At last, a chance to... Dr. Klein, a transmission from the Forbidden Zone.
It's all coming back to me now.
Right at us. It can only be...
If it isn't my old colleagues, the mighty think tank of Big Mountain. Big fools!
Oh, it's got those massive fucking robo spiders. Oh, I hate them so much.
Mobius, Transmitting
All coming
from my
back.
dome-shaped dome in the Forbidden Zone. A zone that is, yes, forbidden to you. Even now, my deadly robo-scorpions swarm across
I like
Big
those
Mountain
skeletons though.
with
They're
their
cool.
pincers and points.
I like the narrative of those skeletons as well. It's just like corpses, animate, like just decaying slowly inside like spacesuit bodies. It's very creepy.
Laser tails. Soon, all science will be mine. Even the technology sealed in the Big Mountain research centers cannot save you. So cower in your think tank. Wait for the end. That's all. Goodbye. Mobius. Always the same broadcast. He's clearly mad, driven insane by his flawed and imprecise kindergarten-level research methodology.
What are we going to do? There's no way we can breach the Forbidden Zone. There's those robo-scorpions everywhere.
The Forbidden Zone, where no brain has ever entered, nor ever returned.
Except Dr. Mobius and the technologies that could save us.
Hey Brandon, it's so
They are out
good.
of our
Like
reach.
the nostalgia
And
I've had
Dr. Mobius
replaying this has
mocks
just
us.
been
Did you
glorious.
see his cracked monitor? He's clearly let himself go.
What? Ask the lobotomite for help? I think you need the fluid levels in your logic assist pumps checked.
If this lobotomite responded, Dr. Klein, then it is clearly intelligent, perhaps even displays heretofore unknown levels of helpfulness.
But what of its brain? We scooped that out. We don't even know where we left it. And for putting it back in, none of us...
Oh
have
yeah, the
knowledge.
Venture Brothers. Yeah, and I
Yes,
recognise the
but it's
voice.
so aware and responsive. Look at it. It's regarding us even now with its big teddy bear eyes. If we ask it politely and leave the part about the unnecessary, ruthless lobotomizing out, it might be favorably disposed to us. We removed your brain, yes. So soft, barely wrinkled, yet so flush with knowledge and experience. Brain extraction technology has been standard practice at Big Mountain for an immeasurable amount of time.
Once the brain was out, then came the coils. The Tesla coils. The coils of Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, no need to brag. Wherever your brain is, it's
Very
transmitting
good.
thoughts to you.
Yeah,
through
Brandon, I
the-
played it
what,
last
the,
just before Fallout 4 dropping.
The
So it's like
Tesla coils.
7-8
in
years since
its
I last played it. It's been
head.
grand.
This is fortunate in many respects. If your brain was anywhere in the dome, why, you could access your aggression centers.
Circumventing the pacification field. This is a no-no. We have never been in a fight. We do not want that.
Reminds me of my days in American High. And Richie Marcus.
That is my responsibility. Although in truth, the autodoc had done most of the work already. Quite industrious, almost cut into all my investigations. Once it had removed the brain and I misplaced it, other organs began to cry for direction, using your nerves as telegraph wires. Rather than let them send their signals, I removed them as well. Shh, little organs. Go to sleep in your tanks. Dala loves you.
First was the heart.
Oh yeah, I forgot how much this DLC buffs you as well.
Oh, wait, I mean, second was the heart. Brain was first. Third was the spine.
Spine. Totally overrated. That arrangement of vertebrae.
Ain't that kicking the head? It wouldn't be all.
Look at me, with my lumbar and thoracic curvature. Never had a use
Take
for any
care,
of that.
Lucy.
Spineless is what I prefer.
That auto-dock junk heap was one of Mobius's creations, like the rest of the talking scrap metal in the attic.
After that, the brain lost itself. Not in the metaphysical sense. Might have gotten flushed into one of the pipes. Actually, that's pretty likely.
If so, it was flushed all the way to Mobius. Flush. That is the sound of flushing.
By the Fisher of Reliance.
These characters are so good. Like, it's just not the dialogue, but the way that the face interact. Oh, it's so good. It's just, oh.
Enough of this biological surgery
Glorious.
talk. Lobotomite. Listen to my voice.
Uber D, I can't
Denominates
entirely
what you
remember
ask,
all of
but
them, to be honest.
We need your help.
Probably Klein
In
or
most
Dalla.
probable of probabilities, our enemy, Mobius, has your brain. This is not good. He will most likely come after
But it's
our
been a while.
brains next. We want you to stop him, somehow, with science.
I haven't played this again since 2015. Mid, so yeah. Well, I mean, not this DLC.
Yes, it is our only chance. A desperate plan that came to us after Mobius's first broadcast. Maybe, just maybe, if we reclaim these buried technologies, we can put an end to Mobius and the horrors.
Literally,
spawning
terrible
from the
game.
zone.
Delete, uninstall.
The plan was very complicated. We are still calculating how it would work
Stubby
if it
gets there.
succeeded. That is our part of
Oh,
the plan.
speaking of, I can get the... Not in this DLC, because I put loads of points in Unarmed, we can get the Ballistic Fist.
Excellent. This is turning out much better than the activate the retreat protocols and cower in my room idea I had earlier.
Agreed. Oh, and I've used my robotical knowledge to, transmit the radio map waves to... Settle down, 8. I would have gotten it in a second, all right? 8's transmitted the last known coordinates of the research centers. They, well, move sometimes. Or get buried. Or blow up.
8 is correct. All we need are the schematics. This does not mean we do not want the cold hard technology.
The one thing I will say about these guys is at least they're kind of interesting to listen to. Like, Father Elijah just wouldn't shut the fuck up talking about the same thing over and over again. Like, he was talking about one thing and he just, like, repeat himself. And then Ulysses in Lonesome Road, I'm just dreading because he just doesn't shut the fuck up. These guys are at least, there's some banter going on, so it's entertaining.
So do not give in to your...
And again, it's fine when you're playing solo, because I guess you don't notice it, but when I'm streaming, I'm very consciously aware of just how much fucking dialogue we're getting, and it's like...
biological
Cool.
tired laziness and decide you would sweat too much carrying them. You have a new spine. Use it. And even if you die in the act of reclamation, simply reaching them will auto-transmitify the schematics to us. That is still good. For us.
It's Mighty Max. The problem with me doing that is mods take me, like, hours to do. So, maybe back in the day, perhaps, but right now there's not really much motivation, I guess, for me to spend 10, 20 hours putting a mod together. Yeah, it would be cool if I had the time, but fam has his own job. So, yeah, I don't have the energy for that. What am I doing?
The technology.
But in the ideal world, if I didn't have a job, I would maybe consider doing that.
Used to focus coherent thought at excessively high frequencies.
Literally,
The
Zane.
psychoanalytic
God, he doesn't shut
cardiac
the fuck
dampening
up.
sneaky stealth suit. A suit like nothing this world has ever heard, seen, or could ever see.
And 8's sonic sound wave emitter projectile gun. Able to broadcast.
Put it this way, I'm not going to be
sound at
talking to each
frequencies.
one of them much after
It
this,
also gives a great bio
but it is a
massage.
fucking long
There.
ass.
We have informed you of all we need.
Yeah, it's
We
already half
estimate if you are
past.
focused, your time
I mean,
investment will be
I think
minimal.
it's been about a
By
15-minute
our
conversation
standards.
so far.
If you
Roughly.
work quickly, you will be the recipient of a gesture of gratitude from us. We do not bestow these old world gestures lightly. Our Your intentions exactly.
I didn't mean to
The
say that.
important thing is you rush quickly through this task so as not to waste our time. Do not.
Yeah,
get
exactly that.
curious,
The
or
dialogue
you'll end
is
up like
good,
the
but it
cat
just
of Schrödinger.
fucking hell.
We feared you would be tempted to explore Big Mountain Crater and examine the many amazing non-mandatory research labs that lie off your designated path. The many such optional explorations are discouraged. Work hurriedly as if you have blinders on, and leave curiosities and items of interest alone.
So many sciences and developments. Pass them by. Let impatience and the desire to simply finish, to end it all quickly and carelessly guide you.
Right you are, 8. In our test results, we'll make a note about how quickly you ran our maze. Nobel challenge.
After all, there will be plenty of time afterward to partake of the experiments once our bidding is done.
Oh, I think we're nearly done.
Correct. You must walk upon your many penised feet, much slower than our advanced hovering robotical frames.
I'm taking a
The
screenshot
little
of that
teddy
because it
bear
makes
could
me
always
laugh.
run right into the pylon perimeter on its thick, turgid feet.
Oh,
returning
thank you,
to us
Stella.
quickly and rectly.
I'll probably have another one, because even though I finished the game, I'm going to build at least one more build, and then I might slow down a little bit. Yeah. I've also got a Fallout 76 build I want to do maybe for the weekend. Oh my god, are you fucking guys still talking? Let me leave. Let me leave!
Protect you from straying beyond the facility.
The mighty radar fence protects us all. Get too close to the blinking posts, and the proximity
Literally, it's
warning
very,
shall be
very
your warning.
over the top.
You are too
And now for
close.
something completely different
As you
level
get near
Monty
it,
Python.
Your
Yeah.
vision will blur as the electrodes in your head shut off one by one. Click, click, click.
Possible memory loss will occur, along with long-term nerve degradation. It is tied to not having a brain attached to your nervous system. But the nerve degradation is nothing to worry about.
See, because I don't want to skip the dialogue, because the dialogue is very, very, very good, but god damn it.
Such degradation
God damn it,
will take
Obsidian,
many
I forgot about this
lifespans to
part.
become evident, and all biology dies. Such tiny inconveniences are less than the greater convenience and conveyance. You see, if rendered unconscious by the pylons, you will be returned to the sink, seemingly instantaneously, by your deadened perceptions.
Oh. Dr. Klein? Dr. Klein? If I may intersect for a moment.
What is it? The lobotomite is asking me things, and I'm trying to ignore them. My processors can't ignore you both at the same time.
Well, you know how we asked it to fetch the sonic emitter thing? Turns out we already have it. What are the odds?
What is this, a high school science fair? Get your act together. You're making us look like a collection of round earthers.
I
forgot about that line.
My receptors can't...
Round earthers.
take it anymore.
Oh, the writing's so
Neither
good.
can my
I just wish you guys would hurry it up a bit.
feelings. I am yelling because you contaminated specimens can't keep your probes off the volume knob on my voice module. It is truly the end of all intelligence when the lobotomite speaks more wisdom than you geniuses. So, if we have the sound
Legit.
wave, sonic projecto thing gun, then what in Heisenberg's name do we need from X8? Anyone?
I believe we need a new frequency embedded into the gun. It was designed to broadcast many sounds once charged. We just don't know the frequency.
And it is lost in X8, just as X8 is forever lost to us. The sadness of my high school days, the sadness of my youth lost.
Oh, really, Boros? All you did in high school was call me Fink Tattletale and all the
He
kids
sounds a
hated.
bit like
You little
Brain, but
teacher's
not
pet
quite.
brown hound.
Give the lobotomite
But I can see he has the same kind of
emitter.
tone of voice.
Does it have an audio effect frequency loaded?
So that guy right there, as mentioned earlier, is from the Venture Brothers. He's the same voice as Dr. Venture.
So,
That one. But I don't know about the others.
What is he doing?
I think he's sonjaculating into the gun. Getting it?
Such yeah.
Ding. Turkey's done.
You give it to the lobotomite. I'm not touching that thing.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll do it if you two are going to be ashamed of your own technological needs. Let me give it a little sonic sterilization
Fucking
first.
hell, I forgot about this part.
Alright. All antibacterial
God, I
fresh.
forgot how
Here, my little teddy
weird
bear.
this one is.
I have thoroughly removed all Robco terminate code spew from the device.
Code spew.
It is clean, shiny, and ready for your hands.
Yes, I believe Watts Electronics tended to make the battery shelf life on the low end.
They certainly did. Batteries for my vivisection.
Ah, the dialogue is so good. Oh, it's so good. Like, I don't think I can ever... I remember this vividly. They must have had so much fun writing this, and I can't think of a game that's just gone this balls to the wall. Oh my god, it's so good.
Always come up short right before climax.
I think Watts manufactured holodiscs. Or was it holotapes? Never can keep those two straight. Anyway, we're out of small energy cells. Dala. You have some? Why do we... Actually, never mind. I don't even want to know.
Yeah, it's very
And
Saints
no,
Row.
I don't want to handle your batteries. Just pass them on to the lobotomite yourself.
Oh, so good.
What did it say? Spit lead? What, like pencils?
Oh, I think it wants a combustion pistol.
A gun? Are you mad? We can't give it a gun. Guns kill. Leave big open holes in you that are like sores, but worse.
Dr. 8 is correct.
Yeah, it's been a long ride
Already
since
have
this out,
given the teddy
legit.
bear a lethal sonic death ray, filled with his sonic ejaculate and sterilized by my soft wooing.
Oh man, it's so
Giving the
good.
teddy bear a gun would be the equivalent of following a glass of hemlock with an Abraxo chaser. Delicious and redundantly deadly.
Glorious.
If we're going to bring the Socratic method into it, fine. Give the Loboto bear a combustion gun. Burroughs, don't you have something like that?
Are you mad? We can't give it a gun. Guns... Wait, I said that already. Yes, I have the Cyberdog gun. With the little floppy metal ears and the curious nose sensor. Here.
Fine. Done. That gun makes me uncomfortable anyway. Always worried it's going to hump my chassis. Anything else, lobotomite? Fine. Boros, more ammo. The good stuff.
Top shelf ammunition. Let's see. Hollow point? That's worthless, but tasty. Oh, and here's some JFP. As if bullets need jackets. The JFP might make it ill and poop a lot, but when you're hungry, you're hungry.
Careful where you're pointing that. That device wasn't always a weapon. It was more like a force field kind of thing. Once.
Force fields prevent us from moving, forward or backward.
They are irritating.
The sonic emitter.
For real though, this dialogue has taken nearly 30 minutes. Fucking hell. But credit's due, I didn't realise how quickly the time had gone. It's nearly 9.
Was specially designed to disable our own safety
The stream
fields
started
here in Big Mountain.
44
When
minutes ago.
some of us lost our access passes, Dr. O.
That only happened once. And I know you were behind stealth fielding my lab keys, Dala. You formographer.
Dr. O, you rewind that comment.
Plenty of rewinding already
They're
going on
still
in your
going.
formography tapes. Surprised the things don't snap out of their cases with repeated observations.
I'm gonna go to the loo after this, yeah?
Yes, but not currently.
Yeah, we lost that part of the schematics. Or Boros did. In one of his stupid labs. Or inside one of his stupid pets.
It is lost. All questions lead to this conclusion. The blue fields within Big Mountain shall be fielded with force. Forever.
Oh, Stubby, literally, yeah. Like, I had... This is one of the things, right? Because I was like, oh, yeah, this has gone... This is really long. I remember this part taking ages, and I pre-warned you guys. But this has actually taken us 30 minutes. I think, roughly. Maybe 25 minutes, 25 minutes, for just, like, one dialogue. And when you're streaming, you're so keenly aware of it.
Fine, so, yes. Get these things for us. Do not attempt to comprehend their complicated schematics.
The dialogue is
That
amazingly
is for us to
written,
do.
just so we're clear, but fuck me.
Well, good. What are the token words spoken in this case? Thank you? Yes. Thank you.
Wait, is it leaving? But, Dr. Klein, the lobotomite will need rest, recuperation, things like that. I volunteer my chambers, so it might be stared at. My monitor radar is slowly scanning its form to collect sensitive data.
No, that would put it too close to us. It could press buttons, turn lights on and off, and worse, let other lobotomites in.
No, I need a wee.
We could give it
I'm gonna
Mobius
go
his
one
own
after it.
room.
Then we will mash
That's
out.
where its brain got scooped out anyway. And plus some of its parts are already there. Might be more comforting for it to hang out with its spine and heart. Home is where the heart is, after all. See what I did there? Wet literal.
I suppose. We'll have to move that couch out of there. Been putting that off too long.
How does it feel to play a camp game, Fallout game without camp or settlement building? Ah, fine, to be honest. It just means I can power through it as opposed to building shits. If this had settlement building, it would take me
Also prevented from going
4
to his
times the
village and
length
taking
to
up
complete.
residence there with my teddy bears. And it would be nice to have it so close.
Your logic, combined with my desire to keep the think tank lobotomite free, has swayed me. Here, I present the Sync Central Intelligence.
Oh god, can you imagine 30 minutes of Ulysses? Fuck me. Like I said, we've got... That's the next DLC afterwards, and then we've done them all, and I'm dreading it. I'm gonna have to just... A great character, sort of, but fuck me.
Lobotomite, take this chip to
I
the
think
sink,
it is...
plug
He
in,
talks
and
less
make
than
sure
these
the chip
guys,
is
but it
clean,
feels like it's
or
going
it
longer.
could skip.
Like, this dialogue has gone
Then
by
make
quickly.
whatever
sort of.
crude biologic demands you need of the sink. It will cater to most of your hormonal whims. Are there other chips?
Are you echoing what he said, or are you asking for real?
He's asking, yes. Dr. Klein, there are many other personalities. If you recall, you hurled them off the sink balcony after your argument with Mobius.
It is not an
24
argument if
pages.
one is clearly right and the other is clearly wrong. I remember now. Yes, lobotomite. There are other chips. If you want, find them. I believe they're stored on holotapes in many of our facilities. But you should stay out of those. No exploring and discovering things. The Sync Central Intelligence should be enough for your needs. Yes, you may need to wiggle it in a bit, but don't force it. We can't recode them if you break it. There is no more we can do
I'm
to
so
aid
excited
you,
to finish
and our
this and save.
patience levels are depleted. Now go. Rest in the sink if you must, but leave us to our research.
If you're done, can we move again? My biogel's starting to crampagulate.
Of course! Go man your science stations! Go! I'm surrounded by children.
Woo! Now imagine if the game crashed just then. Saved! Guys, we did it! Oh wait. We did it. We passed the cutscene and dialogue. Right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I really need to go for a wee. That only took us around. What? Look, we started the stream 49 minutes ago. I'll be back in literally 1 minute. 1 sec. Bonsoir. Right, okay. We demand more. Died from our age. Okay, cool. We did it, gang. Right, let me pour some Coke Zero. Yeah, it's just because I'm... Literally, I knew it took a long time. I knew it took a long time, but I just forgot how fucking long. And it's weird, because the dialogue is well written, so you don't realise it... It's one of those things where you do realise it's taking a long time, but it does keep you engaged. But fuck me, I think that took 30 minutes. Like, fucking hell. Remember back in the day when Hideo Kojima used to make... when we had Metal Gear Solid games, and we would always dunk on Hideo Kojima for having the longest ass cutscenes ever, and then Obsidian just sneaks that shit in. Right, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. So what did I actually get? I got... Oh, okay. Oh, and I've got more strength now as well. And sonic wave emitter. Literally, Z, I remember. That was, back when games obviously weren't political at all. And I remember him getting so much shit for Metal Gear Solid 4. And I've got a self-shoot, just not the self-suit. Oh, wait, no. He's taken my stealth suit back. Do I not have any armor? I have the assassin suit. What I like about the assassin suit is it looks cool. I'm all about that aesthetic, so. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Fine.
Salutations and felicitations, sir. The most jocund welcome to the sink. I am your electronic valet and household central.
Exactly that, Z. Exactly
May I
that.
be of service, sir? Regrettably not, sir. All modules inhabit outer synthetic personalities atop a mundane operating system. There is no intelligence here, sir. Indeed, sir. Though if Sir's aim is to activate them, I lament to inform, sir, that most have been offline for some years. If Sir was
I do like the
operating
toaster,
them,
though. The
I
toaster is
should
funny.
venture that Sir is better off without them. However, if Sir is determined to inflict upon Sir's self their dubious services, Sir might locate backup personality disks elsewhere in the facility. As I am given to understand, sir, this facility was once the property of a Dr. Mobius. He crafted the personality modules as part of a collection of experiments on the subject of machine-human interface.
We'll get to the game soon, don't worry.
As to the
We'll
reason
even
for the
shoot
unusual
stuff,
choice
maybe
of
punch
devices
at these
to receive the
things. It'll be
modules,
wild.
I cannot say. Tragically, the core operating systems are also located on the personality tapes, sir. Once the tape is installed, Sir may request I switch their dialect.
Just pause it because I read that properly. Codsworth. Yes, you can meet people like that. Yeah, you can, but they're not common. See, my accent is probably the more common. It's the received pronunciation accent. That kind of butler accent does indeed exist, but it's usually weird posh people. And more on the weirder side. Like, you might get it in, like, certain regions of the UK when it's very rich people, and it's only because they've had rich families that have spoken the same way. So, yeah, kind of. We've all met someone like that, but it's not on your day-to-day.
Will still be required to locate and install a backup holotape to access their functionality.
Right, thank fuck for that. Actually, I might see if he has any bullets. Fuck's sake, fine.
Might I be of service, sir?
I'm just gonna skip this dialogue, thank you. Sorry. Because I'm sick of your shit. Right, what we got? Sonic emitter. Yeah, like, we have, so that kind of specific British accent, it does exist, but it's not very common. Like, to give you an idea, if you've watched BBC News, that's kind of the common middle-class accent, but there does exist that kind of, like, over-the-top posh accent. I highly suspect that will be gone in, like, 50 to 100 years, to be honest. I got any microfusion cells, fam? Yes, fam. Thank you very much. Alright, okay. Guys, you excited? I think what we should do is, instead of playing the game, we should go back and talk to those guys for a little bit. I think that's a really cool idea. That is the wrong direction. Look! It's a video game! Remember that? Remember that. Where are we going? What are we doing? Let's go X08. Take me home. Isn't there that prison?
You will not escape the eyes of my robo-scorpions or their pincers.
Thank you, Mobius. Why is that exactly? What the fuck? This was meant to be a podcast, and instead I'm having to. There's actual visuals. Disgusting. I thought this was some kind of like unique ASMR video, to be honest, and now I have to do shit. Vile. Oi! What's that? Who's shooting me? Oh, they have fist weapons. Ow. Give us that, fam. Nice. I'll take that off you. I like those goggles. Oh, okay, no, we don't want that, but we will. I do love a good power fist. I do love a good fisting now and then. Yeah, that rules. Let's do that. Where'd he go? Did I just... I think I knocked him permanently into the wall. Come on. Okay, maybe I can use some kind of grenade on them. That upsets me immensely that that one's stuck. Okay, we're gonna make that thingy because that's actually quite a good little weapon. We'll get rid of the rat set because I'm never gonna use it ever. Phrasing, or not. Remember how we always dunk at Bethesda for having buggy games? I mean, technically, okay, Obsidian didn't make this. The engine. Oh, is that the guy? Oh, you got out. Oh, thank you. Come here. But in the same vein, I feel we should be able to dunk at Obsidian. People forget how horrifically bad this game was in terms of jank when it first dropped. It is a mess. Like, it's still a bit jank, but I remember when this first released, it was horrifying. It literally just works. Kind of. Let's go to this one. Yeah, literally they did. Hi, doggy. Oh, damn thing, those things fucking got hands. Do we have any... I might need some better armor, to be honest. Oh, we do actually have quite a lot. Hey! Fuck you up, fam. Bad doggy. I think it's a rattlesnake tail. Oh, it did actually get me. Little shit. Right. Science, everything, yes, so I can just... It needs to be done. Nope. 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 Do we have anything good for punching? That's not bad, actually. That's quite a good one. That's also a good one. Apparently don't have bloody mass. Kind of feel I should use that one. Right, we'll do the shotgun surgeon just because it is pretty good. Alright. Rude. Ah, we've saved... I have saved 500 and something times. That's insane. I'm assuming that does something. Not even mad lag. I know exactly. What a fucking noob. Honestly. Forgive me. Disgusting. Red Army, that's rather random, but no, I really like... 76 was a bit janky, but like, 76 gets way more... It's one of those really weird ones where like, I swear it must have been more momentum, because 76 was not the mess that people thought it was when it dropped. I don't want that. And I just always find it very, very weird how, like, it was terrible, it was complete, and it wasn't, really? It was fine, from what I remember, when it first dropped, and it's okay now. Yeah, no, that is actually fair. In terms of the gameplay, I do ultimately, I think I prefer 76 when it first dropped. Just because I enjoyed the lack of NPCs, because it was done quite well. I feel people who didn't play 76 when it first released sort of did miss out a little bit. Oh, this is a named one. Yeah, it does feel a bit more like a protest. Like, no one likes 76, so I don't like 76 kind of thing. Because basically, 76 is very, very similar to Fallout 4. If you liked Fallout 4, you liked 76. Like, it played in the exact same way. But the big thing is, like, a lot of the criticism of 76 weren't real. It was like, it was constantly crashing. It's like, no, it wasn't. I think some people, how can I put this? The people who complain about 76 didn't play 76. They were complaining about what they thought 76 was. Oh, yeah. Devil Hunter Jax, exactly that. Like, Stella and myself, she plays more than me, obviously, but Dead by Daylight has a really, really good seasons, the way they do it. Is the fact is they let you finish them. Whereas in 76, I mean, put it this way, for the last season, I had to use my membership atoms to buy the rest of it, because I just didn't have enough time. But yeah, just on a ramble, because I always mention this when it's brought up. 76's story was really fucking good. Like, it managed to do something really weirdly unique, which is the fact is that... And Sons of the Forest sort of does this, actually, in a weird kind of way, which is because there are no NPCs, instead of what we just experienced right there, which is just someone talking at you, the entire story is told through holotapes and notes you find, and it's so claustrophobic and so bleak in a way that not other Fallout games had been. It was such a good experience, and I really wish there was an option for people to, like, turn off the updates, because I feel if you didn't experience 76 in the first year, when you were going through and you were picking through the remains of... Like, even though it was a multiplayer game, I barely saw any players. But it was so good, and that's the one thing that's almost missing from it now, is that sense of... Like, it was a really isolating experience. It was so good, and I feel a lot of people missed out on that, because they were like, oh, it's shit, when they didn't actually play it, so they have no fucking clue if it is shit or not. But, like, it's a shame. You missed out. Yeah. I mean, okay. Elden Ring's storytelling is, one, more obtuse, but two, arguably probably grander and more overall well-written. I mean, like, to be frank, Fallout games are very accessible, let's put it that way. But yeah, no, it was so... genuinely, I feel people really missed out. Like, if you didn't give 76 a chance...
See how I abstract my rage, think tank?
Thanks,
I
Mobius.
hold you in such disdain, I generalize my hatred for you.
Anyway, yeah, so it's a shame because it's so weird and good, and I love it. Anyway, let's punch this guy in the face. Nice. Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. And it's a shame, like, because a lot of people are missing out. And I think it is tempting, and I get how you can fall down this trap of kind of disliking things because you feel you should. And a certain developers, Bethesda is probably one of the worst recipients of it, do suffer from it quite. Mass Effect Andromeda is another example of a game that got way more hate than it deserved. Because it's an amazing experience, but because it was, you know, not Mass Effect in the same way that this wasn't Fallout 3 or New Vegas, or not this, but 76, yeah, it's weird. I mean, I feel EA gets a lot of venom because they're cunts. I mean, fair enough if you thought Andromeda was mid, but, like, it was given, like, genuine vitriol. I thought Andromeda was solidly good. Andromeda's, it wasn't that space opera game that Mass Effect was. It would have been better if it just hadn't been called Mass Effect Andromeda and just called Andromeda. It probably would have been kind of a bit of a cult classic, I think, to be honest. I feel in my attempt to save ammo, I'm gonna get killed and lose all my health. So I'm gonna switch to guns. Oh, did I not save? Oh, fuck off, I saved. Oh. How much does that use? Does that use the same ammo as... No, it's 12 gauges, right? Well, let's at least use a weapon kit, because I have a million of them. Do I not? Ah, puta. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, for me, thing is, I know obviously Stella mentioned Sims, which I guess is a bit of a unique one, but like, for me, EA and Ubisoft do deserve all the hate they get. Because they're like... They're just the Coca-Cola of video game companies, if you know what I mean. So they absolutely do. And it's more because they're soulless, and as Stubby pointed out with EA sports games, they're absolutely awful. And then also, you know, and Activision arguably as well. But I feel like Bethesda shouldn't fall into that cap. Bethesda are very, very money hungry, but they're very, very good for their community, and they treat their staff really, really well. There we go. We'll use the gun instead, just because I'm going to use all my stim packs otherwise. No, you're just going to let him run at you. Nope. Nope, we're just gonna... That was nice of you. Oh, hey, Velo, and thanks. I need to fucking finish Alien Isolation. I think it's leaving the, I think the saves actually carry over, so it's fine. But it's leaving Game Pass soon, and I'm literally on the last section. I have to finish it off. I haven't finished it. I think because I got so... It's a good game, but it does... it can be a little bit annoying, less stressful. And I'm literally on the bit when you get the flamethrower, and I just haven't finished it yet. And I need to. Ah, this is the one. Can I just get rid of most of these attacks? How do I... Oh, of course, I'm stupid. Is it that one? This one, yeah, cool. Well, I mean, for example, on jankiness. So, as I mentioned earlier, and if you've been paying attention, so I've been playing a lot of Sons of the Forest, and that's an early access, and it's janky, but honestly, it's not that bad janky. Like, it's mostly like the AI for the character, for the player companion characters are a bit shit, and the story's a bit shit, but it's an early access, so it's fine. And I was reading the reviews earlier, and it actually prompted me to write a review because people were just absolutely like, it still get a very positive, so that's grand. But they were being really vicious about the fact, oh, it's buggy. It's like, well, it's not that buggy, and it's an early access game, so obviously it's going to be a bit buggy because it's early access. You're signing up to an incomplete game on the promise that you're going to eventually get a good game, but also you're going to be there to help the development. So yeah, and people were being like, there was some really, if you read some of the negative reviews, they're just so like, it's like, did you not read the early access bit? And I eventually wrote a review because it's like, it's a good game. There's a really solid base here. Like, even not a solid base, there's like an almost fully game here already, and it's an early access. It's so wild. It's so wild. People be cray-cray, as I like to say. Yeah, Metro games are terribly janky. I think this one I can probably beat these up now. Nah, I can't. Get a punch in the face. Hopefully there's a workbench I can get some weapon repair tools. Would be rather saucy. Yeah, basically, it's the forest. I mean, apparently, because I've got the forest, and I got it when it was in, the forest was terrible in early access. There was loads of dialogue and audio missing, so, like, you'd be in the bit where the plane crashes at the start, and there would just be no audio of the plane crashing, like, nothing. And there's a bit of that in the main story of Sons of the Forest right at the end, but, like, yeah, that thing was an absolute mess. So, like, I don't know, maybe it's like, because there are so many early access games, people almost forget what early access means. That might be it, I don't know. But it's like, I still, I used to play DayZ back in the day, and that's still technically, so is Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is technically still early access, I think. And it's like, I remember what they were like. Yeah, it's something like that. It's been a while.
This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros. You may know me as the head chief first researcher of Labs Z9 and Z14. There I fought valiantly to preserve Rattlesnake.
Oh, fuck me.
And put it right where it belongs, in the husk of another feared. Oh, and the fragile one.
Did that guy just...
Can't splice enough, I always say.
Did I just drop my weapon? Where's my gun gone? Oh, did it break? Yeah, I don't know the forest. Again, I haven't played it in yonks, but... Break my fucking weapon, cheeky little shit. He's still talking.
Now I will send vicious cybernetic cyborg dogs through the corridors to weed all you traitors out. They will sniff out which among you have chosen .com.
Yeah. That's what, he's still going.
You, Betsy Bright, who turned me down to the
Still going.
so you could smoke with Richie Marcus. All monitors will also be
Still talking. Dude, shut the fuck up! Stop talking!
and they'll make sure you make a speedy jump back to your desk. Hold your urine and wait for the proper bathroom break time.
Cool, anyway. So basically, yeah, that's another thing. Like, with Sons of the Forest, like, the devs have proven that they know how to not only structure their updates, but continuously add to a game. So it's like, I remember reading the reviews and just, like, on Steam, and just getting really annoyed. You referring to I was having with the hardest difficulty and survival. So what, the game I'm playing? This isn't a survival game, mate. This is an RPG. It's a story game, my boy, not a survival game. Honestly, I am tempted to mute the voice. Jesus. Yeah, do you mean Sons of the Forest? I played it on survival-ish. But there's not really much of a survival game right now. It's fairly simple as a survival game. Right, Hi, doggy. Ooh, dear lord. One second. Sorry, mate. Not only did that guy just give an odd vibe, but his literal name is We See You Commies, and I'm just getting a... You know when you see someone, you're like, I get a weird vibe from that guy. So sorry, buddy. May I suggest you use a different name? But also just weirdly dropping into my chat saying you're pro at this game and you play at survival when it's literally a fucking RPG. Bit weird. We don't want your negative vibes here, fam. Fuck off. Yeah, literally. Is the guy like 12, 11? I'm pro at this game. I'm like, but it's an RPG. It's all... Let's just use VATs. I'm a little drunk from earlier, mate. Oh, really? Fuck me. What is it with Nazis and being really losery with their achievements? Like, this guy just came into a chat and said he's pro on... he's not like he's good at COD or something, or like Overwatch or Valorant or something. No. He's pro at an RPG that came out 10 years ago that isn't really a skill-based game anyway. And he's like, oh, I play like I didn't even read his comment. He's like, plays like a survival mod of it. I'm like, that's a very bizarre flex, mate. Really, I'm too blind to even read that. Fucking hell. It's nice that there are still people who have made Pepe the Frog their personality in 2023. Like, I loved 2016. What a great year. Let's continue making 2016 my entire personality. Guys, remember when we were kind of relevant? I bet you that guy has massive opinions on whether the last American election was legitimate. But I bet you he's not even American. He's one of those people, I bet you. Or he might be, but he's still a bit of a dork. Hey, Steel Tan Eric. Welcome, welcome. Oh, did I just pick up everything? Oops. Yeah, see, this is why Z was made a mod, because we're in sync when we when someone gives bad vibes, we just catch it straight away. But seriously, I've realised it now because he just came into my chat, self-congratulating himself, congratulating himself on being. Like, he was like, oh, why? I'm disappointed you're not playing a survival playthrough of this. It's dull otherwise. I'm like, but it's a story game. What are you doing? Play a good survival game. Mans would not do well on Don't Starve, just saying. He probably sucks at The Long Dark. Mod of the week.
You are in the library.
I was on so just randomly, just because it's relevant to Nazis, as you know, as we're having a Nazi chat apparently on a Nazi chat on Thursday. I was on the Stalker subreddit, so as in like Stalker the game, and it's usually quite vibey. But like some guy had posted, guys, I found somewhere with a freedom patch, and it was like this picture of like a market stall, and one of the patches in the corner was indeed from the freedom faction. But the rest of the patches were literally SS patches and like fucking Nazi lightning bolts and all that jazz. And thankfully, other than one really weird person who kept replying to everyone, the entire replies were just like, my guy, why are you here? Because it was like some dude just thought because Stalker's kind of a survivalist game that everyone must have been a Nazi. He just, like, outed himself. It was very, very weird. I was just scrolling. I'm like, oh, what are those patches? And I'm like, oh, they're all SS symbols. Oh, and the Ghostbusters logo. One of them was a Ghostbusters patch. I rage quit Minecraft. That's how good I am. See, Minecraft's really, really weird. Because I'll begrudgingly say I kind of enjoyed it. But it was a combination. So basically, when I started getting into YouTube, was in the period of YouTube where like a lot of Minecraft YouTubers were popular and they were all outed as like nonces or like sex offenders. So it kind of put me off the game quite heavily because it was like I can't play Minecraft because I'm too old and it's for children and therefore I'm some weird creepy groomer was how my brain worked. And to be honest, it's not entirely unjustified. Excuse me, what intonation. Literally, it was so weird just talking about the patches thing. If you go on the Stalker subreddit now, you'll see, and it's just like some guy like, and the way he was just like, look at this really cool freedom patch, and it's just surrounded by fucking SS and Nazi stuff, and then just randomly a Ghostbusters patch. Oi! I'm gonna run out of shotgun shells really fast, don't I? Oh, yeah, absolutely. To be fair, like, that's because a lot of Eastern Europeans are actual physical Nazis, unfortunately. I've mentioned before that one of my flatmates was, like, this Russian, or, like, I think he was Russian. He was, like, a full-on neo-Nazi. Like, his first, the first day, it was in my last apartment. He's this really creepy, weird, like, he's one of those guys who's, like, a bit fat, but, like, clearly quite chunky, muscly fat. And he was really awkward and really socially awkward. And me and my flatmate Amy were like, we were like, oh, we'll have a drink with him in the flat and like get to know him. I think I've told the story before, but it's just weird. And this is just how like batshit he was. And we were talking about what music we like. We had been there for about an hour at this point, and he brought us a bottle of wine. We were pouring everything like that. And we're like, he's like, oh, Dave, what do you like? And I was like, I listen to a little bit, because I was listening to a lot of punk and, like, electronica at that time. And I was like, yeah, my flatmate, I can't remember what Amy said she listened to. And then we have another flatmate called Veronica, who's American. And she was like, oh, Veronica, she's American. She really likes a lot of hip-hop and stuff like that. And he was just like, oh, what? But that's N... And he just said the N-word, like, full-on with hard G's. It was just N-word music. Why is she listening to that? And we were just like, uh-huh. And then, yeah, it turns out... And then he started complaining about the Jews. And how he's got a lot of Nazi mates who don't think... I think this was during the Trump period. And like, oh, yeah, they don't like Trump very much because he's dancing to us but not actually, like, properly committing to what we want him to say. Because obviously Trump's just a far-right nutjob, but he's generally not a Nazi. Yeah, fucking wild. What I love about Rammstein is, I think we mentioned the last stream, Rammstein are all from East Berlin. You know, Link's 2-3 Thor is about being very left-wing. But it's more because I think it sounds very militarized. I fucking love Rammstein. I'd absolutely love to see them live. Their shows are very, very cool. Oh, yeah. Deutschland is also a great song. And Deutschland is about nationalism as well. I fucking love Rammstein. So good. I have no idea what we're doing, by the way. I'm just sort of walking forward. I need to... Yeah, exactly. And the punk scene originally was very progressive. Oh, wow. I have loads of cowboy... Oh, we're going to be using this gun. Where the fuck did I get all this ammo from? What? Oh, Jabba music is just better than... Hey, listen, right, Z. 90s Britpop, yeah, is fucking brilliant, and I'll have no Britpop slander in this house. Granted, we haven't been good for music for a while, but, you know, there are still some bangers. Grime's pretty good, though I know none of the songs, it's just quite listenable. Yeah, see, I love how me and Stella both acknowledge the fact that we don't have good music now. We used to. There's the 90s were pretty cool. Some good shooting there, David. Well, there's a reason why I have loads of ammo for this. It doesn't do much damage. Oh, yeah, the Beatles. My controversial thing is I've never really liked the Beatles. Like, I've just never liked the Beatles. Although David Bowie, is the day David Bowie died is the day everything went to shit. And I'm convinced the world ended when he died and it's just some weird, creepy-ass limbo. It's alright. You're allowed to like the Beatles, I just think they're shit. Yeah, but Ted Nugent is a fucking nut job. Let's be honest. I don't know anything about Ted Nugent as a musician. All I know is from I watched his MTV Cribs when I had no idea who he was. And he's obviously a bit insane now. Maybe he was already insane. I have no idea. I watched his Cribs. He's got a house full of guns and like bows and shit, which is admittedly cool, if not batshit insane. Heard stuff about him. That usually means Nancy stuff. Is he Nancy? I bet he's Nancy. Guys like that are always Nancy. Hacker man. Oh, I think I destroyed it completely. Grimes, I have no idea. I hope not. Just because it's awful enough already without having Grimes. Again, Grimes, so like Grimes, I've never listened to her music. I don't think I have. I just know her as being awful. like so out of touch, and also Elon Musk's ex-husband. I remember that thing where Grimes went to this is when Elon Musk was justifiably being criticized for basically being an anti-union twat face, and his Tesla employees just working in shitty conditions. And she visited the factory, and everyone was pointing out, it's kind of hilarious that we've still got, the wives of rich men visiting the factories to check on the workers to make sure they're okay. It's like, fucking hell. And then she did that photo shoot when they broke up of her reading the Communist Manifesto. And then she proceeded to do a big statement about how she doesn't actually support, because she's such a fucking tool. I think she's just a really posh girl. I don't know if she is. To be honest, saying that, she does have Central St. Martin student vibes, so who knows. See, I don't like Grimes, but I do like Poppy, and she's American. I think Poppy's American. I do like my Poppy. She's probably an annoying art kid as well, but at least I like her music.
Richie likes balls.
Oh, yeah. There's a really, what's we call this guy? So the singer for, Machine Head, I can't remember the singer from Machine Head's name, fucking hates the singer from Pantera. Apparently because, like, they used to tour with them, and they would do shows quite a bit, and the guy from Pantera was, like, notoriously bad. But he was, like, he's telling these stories about, like, how, he didn't, the guy from Pantera didn't like Machine Head's music for a period because it was quite rap metal, and he was like, oh, you're doing the N-word to metal and stuff like that. And then he was like, he would be in the back waiting for Machine Head to come on, and Pantera would be on or something like that, and he'd see the guy doing the fucking white power salute. What a fucking cunt. But I was never a big Pantera fan, to be honest, so it's like, it's not alright, but I haven't lost anything, shall we say. Rob Flynn, that's it. I fucking love Rob Flynn. Black Eyed Peas, I don't... I mean, I like some Black Eyed Peas. I only know them from their, Pump It days. That's it. And just because, they're on the radio all the time. Oh, I do have the doggy gun already. I'm just not using... Actually, shall I use the doggy gun? Oh, shit, Oh, that's why I've got loads of ammo for it. Alright, let's use the doggy gun then. What am I even doing? I'm just walking around. Find the 3 student records in... Okay. It's one of these ones. Okay, cool. Right, okay. Oh, I just noticed the ears. I'd forgotten about the little robot ears. Oh. Right, okay. Nope. It's got the wee ears. Bad flute covers of iconic movie soundtracks. Honestly, like I think because so I used to when I was working, but pre-pandemic, before the whole working from home thing took off, I was in the office and I was the guy who played music. I was the only one who bothered to pay for a Spotify account, and I had at least a listenable music taste. So I would listen to lots of like indie and like kind of softer punk stuff in the office. But recently I don't listen to music that much. Or rather, when I do, I listen to music when I'm sleeping, which is usually post-rock or like just kind of general Zen music. Or I'm just listening to podcasts, like actual bands. I just don't... The only times I listen to music now is when I get really shit-faced and I want to be nostalgic, in which case I end up listening to lots of early 2000s nu metal, like Lacuna Coil, and shit like that. Oh, that's that terminal. Hey, Courtney. Yeah, I'm not really into the J-rock or J-pop or whatever it is, to be honest, Stella. It's not my thing at all. Not sleeping with the stand. Actually, saying that, a really good band, which I think I've mentioned before. I went with my friend Natalie to see Ward Runa, like mid last year. And they're one of my bands that I go back to quite a lot, which is, it's basically Viking metal. It's so, well, Viking orchestral stuff, it's so good. I know, Stella, you're such a weeb, honestly. Shoot dogs with the dogs. Oh, where are they? I think they're coming upstairs. What? I didn't realize they could do that. Ow. I never knew they could do that. They have never done that ever to me. Jesus, that's new. Is it because I'm wearing... That's really weird. Never had that before. It's indeed. Right, okay. The one, talking about bands, which is disappointing, the one that always gets me and just makes me very sad is I can't enjoy the Smashing Pumpkins anymore because of how, Bobby, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm terrible with names. The singer's like a complete and utter conspiracy nut. And it breaks my heart because I used to love the Smashing Pumpkins. That one hurts.
This is really Boros, by the way. Hello again. None of us thought you would get this far.
Billy Corgan, that's Bobby Corgan. Fucking hell.
The residential test.
Ah, so bad at names.
Down for some reason. Oh, yes. My pet. About the old boy and the countless experiments I'd done on him back in his. You're about to have your favorite treat. A visitor. Won't that be nice? Don't eat the visitor, boy. Don't, please.
The dialogue is very, very good. You were a radio DJ, nice. Obviously considering I'm a YouTuber, I've always been told that not in an offensive, but not like, oh, your face would be good for radio, but I've been told that I probably have quite a good voice for radio, because I do have radio voice. So here's the thing, I can't do it on command, but like, so I used to work in sales, right? I worked in B2B sales for about, from 2012 to about 2015. So 3-4 years I worked in sales. Quite high level, you know, big, not biggish money sales. And I apparently my colleagues were like, you literally sound like a Midwestern, like kind of Midland England radio DJ, David. I was like, oh, don't know how to feel about that. I sounded like an English local radio DJ. I'm like, hi guys, how much do David here? Just calling in regards to your renewal. That's just fucking ridiculous. Another life, perhaps. Yeah, I always feel like the radio is one of those things that you think is dead, but then you're like, oh, but people who drive listen to the radio all the time. When I went to France last year, visit my friend, she drives, and she she was constantly having the radio on, and I'm like, oh. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. No. No! That's what I wanted. Yeah, I do have a good radio voice. Let's take a load of drugs, shall we? Sound like a knob, basically. Ow. Do I have any real drugs?
Down, boy. Stop.
Oh! Sorry, Gabe. Let's take his skin as a trophy. Oh, the layer. Why have I put fucking fishing factories?
9. All be fine.
7. Yes, 7.
We have radio faces. Hey, I have a face for TV and radar, have you know?
5 by 5. Some of them coming in line.
4, as in forbidden. Do you hear me, think tank? It is I, Mobius.
We're both beautiful, we're just humble, that's why.
Oh, yes.
But no, like,
As in we.
yeah, I always did have a good voice for, yeah, I was always good on the phone, and one of the reasons why I'm quite, I think... Oh, that really is an explosion. I thought they were joking. I thought they were joking about the explosion. Of course I do. Oh yeah, I could have got in here, I think. Right, so I've got the layer. I am not paying attention at all. Wrong button. Time to indeed. Right, what are we doing next? I remember this one, it's very easy. Begin the advanced institutional test. This one's really easy to accidentally pick the wrong one. There we go, advanced test. Thank you. I'm sorry, Patima. Try sales. Thing is, I was so good in sales. So my thing with sales is I was really good at, like, when I'm not feeling a little bit lazy, I'm very good at, like, being quite spontaneous and building a rapport with people. It's my little talent. But I was fucking terrible at closing. I hated the part where I actually had to get your money. So what would happen is I'd build up a really good relationship with a client, and they would never feel obligated to buy from me because I would never give them any pressure. So I fucking hated it. I hated sales. Ah. Was this the wrong way? Or is it? I've added a capital X script on. Oh, now I literally just refuse to answer the phone. Oh, what have I done? Or is it? Oh, it's not for this one. Ah, there we go. So, like, basically... Oh, they're still talking. Man, still going. Actually, I'm going to use that weapon because I have more ammo for it. And actually, 1 second. You'd make a terrible sector. What was I saying? So, no, I've actually forgotten what I'm saying now. Check this. I was going to say something profound. Oh, yeah, I remember. Hi, doggy. Saucy. Yeah, Stubby. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, it does make me. It makes me a good. It made me quite a good account manager, and I always feel as if that's where I would have probably. If I'm actually much happier with my career, so I've even done better. But like, for example, so I work in marketing, right? And so often we're working with agencies. So we'll have like a marketing account manager who like works with us, and like we had a meeting earlier today, in fact, one of them, and she was like giving us, okay, these are how your ads are going, this is how this project is going, yada yada yada. That's where I would probably be much better, because I'm like building a relationship with a client, but actually like forcing someone to buy stuff. The problem is ultimately for the sales roles, you do kind of need to be better at the closing, the rapport building, because otherwise you just end up having loads of friendly chats and then not making any money. God, I fucking hate sales though. I have not worked in sales since 2015, and I am intimately happy. God, I'm so happy I don't have to do it anymore. 2023. It won't. 23. It'll. My guess for a date for Fallout 5. 26. I'd say maybe 27 at the very latest. And when I say 26, that's me, because the last one was 2019, or late 2018, early 2019. Nah, 26, Elder Scrolls won't be 26. Devil May Cry Pie, it won't be 26. Elder Scrolls will be 24. Maybe 25. I think. Don't forget what happened with Fallout 4. What happened with Fallout 4? From announcement to Fallout 4, from release date to Fallout 4, when we had more information about it, what happened? It was 6 months. Yeah, so Starfield is this year. My money is on either next year or maybe 2025, but not 26. And I suspect Elder Scrolls will do the thing that they did with Fallout 4, which is they'll just basically, you'll get an announcement in the summer or like earlier in the year, and they will go, because this is what Todd loves doing on his presentations. He'll like, and this game is coming out, boom, and he loves doing that. Oh, that's why I'm getting murdered. I like Todd. Todd has beautiful hair. My biggest flex, and it was... I can talk about it now because it was ages ago. But I've been in a Zoom call with Todd Howard before. Okay, there were like 40 people in the call as well. But I have been in a Zoom call with Todd fucking Howard. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. It was, for the announcement just before, for Worlds. Oh, have I got loads of stuff? Am I carrying loads of nonsense? So good. I wish you would answer my calls. I'm gonna drop these because I'm never gonna use them. Sure, why not? Puta. Papa. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, me too. I'm just also hoping that Starfield doesn't come out too early. And that is a very, like, niche me thing. But it's just... I've mentioned before how I want Starfield to come out after I've moved to France. And my gut feeling is Starfield will come out around October, November time, which should be ideal. Yeah, I my money is Elder Scrolls. It'll be within the next few years. But I absolutely... For example, even if Elder Scrolls came out in 2026, I don't think you'll make more than 2 years until Fallout 5. I feel as if, like, again, we've all got to remember, right? This is actually probably the longest period they've had since, like, big updates. Because, Fallout 3 came out in 2008. Fallout New Vegas in around, what, 2011? Or I think 3 was 2009, actually. Or 2008 and then 2011. Then Fallout 4 was 2015. And then Fallout 76 was 2009. 2018. Like, it's not going to be 8 years. And especially with the resources from Xbox. It's just not going to happen. Also, think how many games have been coming out from Bethesda in the last year or two. Redfall, Ghostwire, Doom Eternal was only like a year or two ago. There's that one they just released. Starfield's coming out. They've got a lot more resources now. Yeah, they've been a lot busier. I remember, and this what reminds me is, I think it was Juicehead posted a tweet about, and he put his guesses for when the games were going to drop, and I think he put Fallout 5 as like 2032 or something ridiculous like that. I'm like, okay, relax. It's not going to be that long. My guess is Fallout 5, yeah, like 28 at the very latest. At the very latest. I'm talking like when it's been delayed. We should be just finishing up in an hour, Patima, but you might get me in for 15 minutes. But good luck with your meeting. Literally, yeah. Oh god, it removes my hair! Oh, that's not a good look. No, that's a long ass that. I am going to put my glasses back on. Hey, attraction! Are you in Barcelona? Lucky. Oh, it's not really a meeting. You're just going to dick around. You're just leaving me, is what you're saying. Attraction, what is the temperature this afternoon in Barcelona? Because it's very, very fucking cold in London right now, and I want to live vicariously through you. That might be why a lot of my weight is going down. Am I doing that thing where I'm not paying attention and not picking the laptops again? I think they're upstairs. Oh, 14 degrees, okay. So it's not, it's actually like, not cold, but it's not warm, shall we say. Yeah, don't forget Stubby, though. It's going to be, like, nearly 11 o'clock in Barcelona. Is Barcelona's an hour ahead? Yeah, because it's just kind of north of Spain. Yeah, so it should be an hour ahead. So, yeah, it'll be about 11 o'clock. Can't wait to play Fallout 5 with my grandkids. I'm very jealous. There's I always forget the name. There's a big exhibition centre in Barcelona, like the Fira something or other in Barcelona. And so I used to work for the events industry. And I nearly got to go to a big expo in Barcelona. And to be honest, Barcelona is not the most fanciest place because, you know, I could fly there. But it's just the principle that I'm determined to go there for work at some point. I might just visit there myself. It's alright, Stubby, it's okay. Yeah, it's probably... I mean, to give you an idea, I think Earth and Belgium have the same weather. And what is it like now in London? So it is... It's 4 degrees and mostly cloudy in Bethnal Green, which is where I am. So that's East London. And what's the temperature? It's going to hit dizzying heights of 7 degrees tomorrow. And that's about as much as we're getting. One thing that's weirdly happened to me, and I don't know if I need to give back my goth card, is that I kind of miss the heat quite a bit. And I didn't think I'd ever miss the heat to the extent that I do. But man, I really miss the heat. It's so fucking cold. I just want to sit outside with a cider and sort of vibe, if that's okay. Because it's so bloody cold. Goth card, honestly, completely acceptable, Stella. I understand that. I accept that. I guess I'll just be one of those guys who gets a tan then. You'll see me in a year's time. I'm gonna have like blonde streaks in my hair and be like really tanned and look like kind of like a bit like a beach-going Chad kind of guy. Yeah, probably, to be honest. I will complain, as I'm sure you will as well. Oh, is it that one down there? Stubby, I bet. The thing is, because you're in Texas, and, I think you said Texas. And that, oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, see, that's too hot. I was at, put this, when I was in Orlando, I was kind of, it was like late 20s, and that was a bit too warm for me. Kind of early 20s to maybe mid is pretty fine, and that's 70-ish. I think that was actually around 70-ish, is quite grand. I guess Stella knew. Stella knows, I'm a fraud. Do I think they'll ever make a new engine? Well, yes, because Starfield's in a new engine, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Starfield is the new engine, to my knowledge. So, yes, I do. Because they've already made it. We've seen pictures. I'm fairly certain Starfield's like... It's like a... I think it might share the same name, like version 2. I don't know what the name of the engine is, so it might have a similar name. But I'm pretty sure it's a completely new engine now. Might be lying. I'm quite excited because I'm kind of keen to start making mods again. Yeah, literally 2.0001. Literally that. Ah, why is it? I think it's only these ones specifically that do that. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. I swear the other one's done. That was pretty badass. And I'm glad I have loads of ammo for this. I do miss making mods. At some point, because I do get like a weekly questions. I think I got one earlier about am I gonna make any more mods? And no, but I really need to update my old mods because some of them just don't work properly. and I know how to fix them. I just haven't gotten around to doing it because I'm really lazy. Basically, I'm just a bit of a knob, as many of you know. I might need to go to the loo again. So, for those who don't know, I took a month and a half off drinking. So when I got back from the US, I had like, I had a drink when I get back, because obviously fuck that place, I was so exhausted. Jokes. But I had a drink when I get back, and I was like, right, I'm going to take some time off. Because basically, what actually happened is during the US, I had a very boozy time in the US, because I had like, well, with my work colleagues and everything. So I was like, right, okay, when I get back, I'm not going to drink. And I came back on the 18th, and I didn't drink for like 5-6 weeks. And now I've started drinking again, but like once a week or like maybe twice. And so I had a drink earlier today, and I've just become such a lightweight again. I get too tipsy too fast, which is probably good. Because it was a bit of the opposite before. I was becoming a little bit too hardcore. Right. Do you need a regen free? No, I'm good. I'll be grand. Right, what are we doing? Really? See, Devil May Cry Pie, also, Jesus Christ, I forgot how, I think I've seen your name before and it's very good. But like, yeah, so that's one of my good mods, and also that's one of the mods I fixed, with the exception is that I forgot to add nav mesh to the little trailer in the back, but that technically doesn't have nav mesh, so I'd have to manually add it myself. But yeah, the Sanctuary Home one is a shithole. The home plate one, Estella helped me find out, deletes the, doesn't delete it, but it hides the elevator in, the home plate mod hides the elevator in Sanctuary's, vault, Vault 101, or 111, and I just haven't updated them yet. I should do that at some point. Hey, Wiki. What part of the US live in it? So it was for work and then a little bit of a holiday. So I went to Orlando, which I'm well aware isn't very good. It's like that. So I went to Orlando for a little bit, and then I went to Asheville, North Carolina. So my slight issue with the US is that I didn't have a car, and because I didn't realize it, it's one of those things with the US, like, you hear about the whole, oh, you need to have a car, but knowing about it and going, okay, that's fine, and then being there, it's real shocking. So I just couldn't enjoy myself very much, because I was, well, I mean, I still enjoyed myself, but I couldn't do as much as I'd like, because I just didn't have a car, and it became, like, quite stressful, because I had to basically hire an Uber, and... well, I don't say hire, book an Uber, but also that means I had to chat to someone every time I went everywhere. It was just so fucking ball-ache. Oh, no, Z, all I did, do you know what I did with the elevator? Is I've accidentally hidden it. That's it. I've not been paid attention. I've pushed a button, and I must have selected it by accident. What I would do when I was finding bits for my mods is I would go to pre-existing locations and, like, check the codes of things, and I think I went to the vault for decorations for homeplate, and I must have clicked on the elevator by accident and just hid it, and so it's hidden the elevator. Yeah, Eric, I said I've got my provisional. I'm gonna get, because I'm gonna probably get it next. So I get my bonus from my job, which rules, probably at the end of April. So I'm gonna wait until end of April and then do my test. Then I was gonna do it this month, but also because it's quite cold and a bit wet in the UK, I'm gonna wait until the weather's a bit better. Oh yeah, Stubby, exactly that. So like, I'll be honest, during the time I was there, I did get a bit frustrated. So if you were following me on Twitter, you may notice that there were times when I was posting pictures of me playing. I brought my Xbox S with me, where I was playing in my hotel room because I just got so exhausted by it. But I did enjoy myself while I was there. Like, for the most part, it was just the car thing just stressed me out a bit. But I think next time I'm gonna go, I'm only gonna go to big cities unless I decide to rent a car, in which case then I might do a little bit of proper exploring. Also, to be honest, I probably shouldn't have gone to somewhere cold. Because, like, okay, New Orleans was quite nice weather and makes a quite a good, not New Orleans, Orlando, makes quite a good first impression. But then it gets quite boring. Asheville was quite nice, but it was freezing fucking cold. And I just was like, okay, this is actually a bit much now. I can't enjoy my... Because I wasn't prepared for the cold, that's the problem. I wasn't, like, going to somewhere really snowy and being like, oh, this is a snowy place. I think I have to go down there. Yeah, basically, Z, exactly that. That's basically all I need to do in the creation kit is, see, the problem is, this is why I don't want to update my nods, because I have to relearn a lot of stuff. It won't take me long to learn it, but I have to remember. And there is a program you can use which tidies up your mod and which identifies all the changes. And I can't remember the fuck what it's called. But I have to find that mod, that program. Clean my mods. I basically, so what I've done in a lot of my mods is I've done that where I've hidden something, or what I did is with lots of the debris, rather than so what you're meant to do is you select the debris, like the leaves, for example. Xedit, yeah, Xedit, that's the one. Thanks, guys. I maybe if I'm feeling productive, maybe I'll finally fix my last 2 mods after a year or a half of saying I would. But you edit them Xedit. So anyway, what I had done was, for the earlier mods, when I was getting rid of all the debris, instead of... What I would do is I would just select the leaves or the rock, and I would just delete them. The problem is what that does is if there's another mod, like, say, a scrap settlement mod, which edits those bits, they immediately came back. So what would happen is people would load up my settlement mods, and then all of the leaves would be back, and it would also just conflict. So you'd have shit everywhere, basically. Whereas what you're meant to do is if you right click and just select initially disabled, that means even though those mods bring them back, my mod overwrites that by saying, oh, it doesn't matter because this is disabled in this game anyway. So it's a whole mess. And what I did with the elevator, I think, is I just hid it because I think I might have just pressed a button and just hit it by accident. That's it. Because what I would do is when I was trying to look for stuff, I would sometimes hide bits, and I just think for that elevator, I did something to it by accident. I actually don't know what I did, but if I just put an Xedit, it's fine because all I can do is just go to that cell and just delete every change that I've made. But guys, I just don't want to stress enough. I'm really fucking lazy and can't be arsed. That's the problem. It's funny, if I go to my comments on Nexus mods, I've got some really, really upset people. They are mad at me, kids and kiddos. Do I have any things? Well, I need wrenches. I need wrenches. There's a wrench. Cool. Yeah, I just need to get on Xedit and just fix stuff. Oh, yes, sorry, still Derek. I just saw the New York thing. Yeah. New York, Boston. Basically, what I'm thinking of doing is I'll, at the very least, be in America in January again next year for work, because we booked out the same conference hall. And what I'm thinking of doing is, because we had to go via New York, I'm thinking of going a week earlier, stopping off in New York, doing a bit in New York, and then doing, like, the Boston... I think Boston's that way, actually, what we're talking about. But Boston's not too far away, is what I'm saying. I can get a domestic flight, and then going there and just sticking to cities. Also, the thing with Asheville is, and I don't know whether it's just how America, like, legally, bureaucratically, rather, clarifies what a city is, but Asheville is tiny as fuck, but apparently it's a city. It's smaller than the town I went to school in, like Malmesbury, and it's way smaller than that. It's tiny as fuck, so I don't agree that that's a city, which was a bit surprising. Right, I'm gonna repair my shotgun. Yeah, the area seems good. My last company I worked for actually had offices in New Jersey, and I was going to go there, but that never happened. Right, where am I going? This is why I'm chatting and trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. It's not there. Oh, is it literally that? I'm a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Oh. $100 square foot. I bet. Do you know what I found really, really weird as well in the US? And it's maybe just because I went to like the touristy area of Orlando and Asheville, which is very small. I barely saw any police officers. And I don't know why that surprises me. But I literally, I remember like on my last couple of days there, just thinking about it, I was like, I have seen like 2? And I just assumed there would be loads of cops with guns everywhere. And I imagine in certain areas there are. It's just, I think in that area of Orlando, they keep it very clean. To the point where I'm pretty sure they kick out half the homeless people and things like that. And then, yeah, like, I saw one lady in Orlando. And I think I saw a cop car once in Asheville. But just for some reason, just in my brain, I just assumed there would be more cops. So, right, before I do this, I'm going to go to the loo. I'll be super quick. Gonna go for a wee-wee. Mute my mic so you can't hear me in the bathroom. One mo. Bonsoir. What's this? English people owning guns. So basically, yes, we can have guns. It's very, very... it's quite a process. And it's not just like... So basically, we actually have apparently quite a lot more guns than people realise. But you have to follow a very, very strict legal process to get one. And they have to be very, very secured. You literally have to have an interview with the police. There's a local officer which deals with gun ownership, and you have to have an interview with them as well. Oh yeah, we love a good knife. A bit of shanking, mate. That's kind of our cultural heritage, you know what I mean?
Do not attempt to reach the Big Mountain force fields. Doing so could allow dangerous ideas and/or creatures having those ideas to escape.
Oh, I've got to go all the way over there. Is that the right road? Bad teeth. I'll have you know that the bad teeth is not true at all. I'll have you know. I have lovely teeth, in fact. Bad shooting there, doggy gun. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it goes without saying. Yeah, the gun thing in America is a bit, yeah. It's not good. It's not good even looking at it from the outside, and I imagine it's a lot worse on the inside. Can't forget to... exactly that. Take care, Eric. Thanks for popping in. Where do you come from? I did remember, speaking of the guns thing, is that, like, when I was in the US and I saw a billboard... One second. I'm going to find the picture on my phone. I can't actually show it to you. I might be able to show it to you. I can read it out, though, because it was a big billboard. I can find it. It was in Orlando, and it just made me giggle so much. Where is it? That was way further back. I scrolled way too far. Because it was, one, it was very American with the fact that it was a big-ass billboard, because I hadn't seen one in ever. And I was just like, lol. But it was like, what? I didn't take the picture about the one about the tank, actually. There was one about getting a tank. But can I find the billboard that made me giggle so much? I'm going to read it out to you. There we go. It's a picture of a family... And it says, shoot real machine guns. Fun for the entire family. Machine Gun America. Starting at $24.99. And it's this absolutely massive billboard. And one of the other ones was, drive a real tank. And I'm like, lol. Now, because I'm so see, because I've got my in Switzerland, they have quite a lot of gun ownership. Correct me if I'm wrong? I believe so. It's one of those places that has a surprisingly large number of guns. Obviously, with America, it's kind of a little bit more cultural is the issue. I must admit, I've always wanted to own a crossbow or like a bow. Yeah. Z's actually got a gun on his lap right now and is polishing it. He's been planning a hit for a long time. That's why he followed me on Twitter. That's all part of the plan. Don't think I don't know this, just for a clear. I just accept my death with dignity. But yeah, I've kind of always wanted to learn how to shoot a bow. And you're carrying around the closet, right? You've got the closet there.
Go, my mighty robo-scorpions.
Welcome back, Patimo.
Intelligence. Then sting said intelligence. Yes, sting it.
Ant-Man spoilers. I'm gonna go to the cinema on the weekend, and I can't decide. Whether I should go see Ant-Man because it's dumb and fun, or I should go see The Whale before it's not on the cinema anymore. I'm kind of at a loss. That's attached to my barrel. Just a big ass locker. Nice. Respect. Come here, you. Come back. Oh, I realised, because it's like a heavy gunner thing, isn't it? That's why I'm hitting very well. The Whale is Brendan Fraser's newish film. It's the one I think he got like quite a few awards for, and I just feel I should watch it. And there's like an indie cinema near me called Genesis, and I'm thinking that it's showing on Saturday and Sunday, and because I'm having like a lazy weekend inside, I feel I should see it. But I could also go see Ant-Man instead. Fair enough. Well, thank you for not spoiling us about Redacted's death. I don't think it's trash. I just think the problem with the MCU is more that was their big story, and they don't know where their big story is. Like, it's kind of one of those things. Because a lot of people, like, fans of nerdy stuff are the worst people in the world. Is that obviously they want to continue with it, because it's got a good brand. But there's no real direction with the MCU. And also, don't forget, with the MCU before, it was sort of establishing a lot of these characters. And the whole establishing the characters is kind of one of the more interesting bits. And then building up to Big Bad. Whereas now they've done establishing the characters, you already know everything about them, so they just have to tell stories, and they just... When you're doing... I'll give you an example. It's like when you get to the end of a game, but there's actually more of the game at the end, but it just feels a little bit tacked on. But it's not because that's necessarily bad, it's because just where it's placed in the narrative. Yeah, and also as Fatima gets, I don't really watch them for... I watch them for trash. The only ones which have been consistently good are the Spider-Man ones are really, really good. And I do like Guardians of the Galaxy. Quite a bit. Yeah, it's my slightly mumbly... trying to pick my words. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, it is because... they've kind of finished with their main story and they've already established everyone. So they just sort of... now they have to tell stories on the merit of the own characters. And to be honest, yeah. To be fair, like, if you're familiar with comics, that's kind of how it is with comics as well. They'll often have years where they'll be still, you know, doing the stories, but there's nothing really stand-outish. Which means with the MCU, they'll... Do you mind? I was talking about comic books that I vaguely know about. With the MCU, I imagine they will eventually, if they continue making them, get back and forth. But they need, like, a big overarching narrative. Actually, I also like the Doctor Strange ones as well. Whoa! The problem with Star Wars is they need to stop wanking over the Skywalkers. The Skywalkers are the most boring fucking family ever. Don't get me wrong, I like the actors, but I'm sick of hearing about the Skywalkers. Like, you'd think with The Mandalorian they'd get it and be like, oh yeah, you just want to see the universe. Even, like, less shit about the Jedi would be quite nice. Just fucking Skywalkers, man. Fucking sick of the Skywalkers. Yeah, Daisy Ripley really could. She's a great actress. She's got the right balance of being quite like a serious person, but also like she can be quite fun as well. Yeah, literally that. I'm just fucking sick of it. Well, let's put some... Is there a heavy weapon skill, or am I imagining things? No, there isn't. It's just a gun skill. Maybe energy, then? Is there a big gun skill? No, there isn't. Okay. Brain's just not working. Let's put points in energy weapons, because I'm going to do... The Jar Jar Dynasty. Well, the thing is, for example, like, on Jar Jar, right? What? You don't love Jar Jar? Okay, I did watch a really good TikTok earlier, and I'm gonna steal their point. Not deliver it with the same gravitas that they did in their rant. But basically, a lot of the reason... One, Star Wars has the worst fans ever. Like, Star Wars fans are the worst people ever. They bullied the kid who played Anakin Skywalker when he was a kid. They bullied Daisy Ripley. They bullied that young Asian lady in the wonderful last... they bullied John Boyega. They're dickheads. And a lot of the problem is that they forget that Star Wars is kind of a kids series, right? It's for young adults. It's not kids, but it is a young adults thing, right? It's kind of Harry Potter-esque, yeah? I'd say Hitler's fans are worse. I don't know, it's a close run thing. But, like, it is more geared towards young children. Like, kind of early teens at the oldest, really. That's the setting. And so, obviously, you as an adult aren't... It's never going to hit you in the same way as when you watched Star Wars when you were a kid, right? And they can't get it. And so they lash out. Also, you know, just Star Wars fans are the worst people ever. Maybe on par with Hitler's. But yeah, they just can't accept the fact that it's a kids show, and it is really, it's not for kids, it's young adults, kind of like older pre-teens. Yeah. Like, literally, but they're making Barney the dinosaur woke. And it's like, I'm pretty sure he was a big purple dinosaur who told you to love your friends and neighbors. Like... Sorry, just on the image now. Barney the dinosaur. We want him non-woke, which means he's allowed to say be nice to your friends, but he's also really hates immigrants or something like that. It's so weird. I think the word, incidentally, the word woke as a negative has probably, for me, overtaken when... Remember when people used to say PC culture went gone mad? Or, like, you know, that kind of stuff? And I think it... Because obviously it's the new version of that, but they can't say PC culture goes mad because that has so many bad connotations. But I think the woke one is probably the worst for just... Guys, you need to stop saying that word. Because now they're just like, woke any... it's... Barney's now woke. Or this thing has gone woke. And this thing's gone woke. And it's just like a stand-in for things I don't like. Oh yeah, I love a good artificial outrage drama. It's grand. Well, I mean, I don't know about the Nazi one, to be honest. That has a fairly strong meaning. And unfortunately, they have come back. But yeah, definitely calling every single thing under the sun woke is just... Remember the thing they like to... This one always makes me giggle. And we had a guy in this last New Vegas stream who mentioned this. It might have been the one beforehand. And he was like, oh yeah, but those woke films don't do very well anymore. And I was like, what? And he was that kind of, you know, go woke, go broke thing. And it's the most bullshitty, untrue statement ever. As if, like, Disney, famously woke Disney, you know, the Disney company who really hated the Jews at one point, are secretly really wanting to turn us all woke. It's like, no, they're doing it for money. Because, funnily enough, going woke actually makes your movies make a shit ton more cash. But guys, the quartering told me it wasn't true and that they're losing money. Fucking hell. Yeah, Devil May Cry, I kind of feel as if it's usually in regards to the fact that there are actual Nazis now. I wouldn't say it was used even remotely as the same as the word woke. And I don't think I've ever heard Nazi used... Actually, I lie. I have used the word heard the word Nazi used incorrectly, but it's usually when, like, conservatives types call trans people Nazis or feminazi. Remember that one? The feminazis. Which I thought it was, like, Bill O'Reilly or something popularised that one. Oh, Eminem's... Oh, yeah. yeah. What's that guy's name? Who's the American talk show host? I'm glad I've forgotten his name, but I can remember his stupid dumb face. He was leading the Eminem's thing. Tucker fucking Carlson, that's the one. And he's the one... Firstly, that guy literally is a fucking Nazi. Well, he's definitely a white supremacist. But he does these, like... I saw his really straight-faced rant on how the M&Ms weren't sexy anymore. And I'm like... if I hadn't seen enough of this guy's stuff, unfortunately, I would think it was satire. Devil May Cry, Devil May, like, look, I'll be honest, that's very problematic, because I've never heard it, how can I put this in a way, because I don't think you're using it in a way that I think, a lot of the times, when I've heard people say, you call anyone a Nazi nowadays, it's usually when people are gaslighting actual genuine far-right people who are being correctly called as Nazis. I think you're not doing that, because I've seen you in the stream quite a lot. But just as an FYI, I've never seen it, ever, really. I've only ever seen basically, the closest you'd say to someone being incorrectly called a Nazi is if they're just a run-of-the-mill white nationalist instead of a Nazi. Like, you know, it's like, say, calling Lauren Boebert a Nazi. Okay, maybe she's not, but she's definitely a white supremacist. Die, you cunt.
I'll just set this on repeat while I go relieve my tank. No one will know.
Though I do believe some people should definitely go back to their basement. Right, okay. What's the time? Oh, it's 10:30 already. I must admit, guys, I should never drink before. I'm not drunk at all, but I realised just before the team I was feeling really, really tired. Because I had 2 ciders earlier reading, and I'm like, I'm just sleepy. So I've got to just not have alcohol before streams anymore. See, weirdly enough, if I drink during a stream, it's fine. But if I drink a couple hours before, I just want to fall asleep. So sorry if I've been a bit bleary. It's just, oh, fucking hell. Made me want to have a nap. I've gotten sick of Twitter, but it's more because of... Oh, is this where I get the assassin suit? But it's more just because Elon Musk has ruined it a little bit. And it's just interface is so weird now. And also, I hypothetically work in tech, and the fact we don't have 2-factor... Although I've got my UB key now, so I'm wondering if I can use that. I can't use my phone 2-factor anymore. I forgot about this. But the best social media platform by a long way is TikTok. Guys, if you're not using TikTok before bed, just $8 for 2-factor authentication. Yeah, it's so stupid. Get on TikTok, guys. It's the best social media platform ever. Once you've used it a little bit, it knows everything about you. Oh, oopsie. Not in a, well, maybe in a creepy way. But it basically just, the algorithm is so good. Nuka-Colas. No,
Hello. It's nice to meet you. Who can I hide you from today?
oh yeah, I am.
We're okay on Stimpaks.
So I've been playing so much of the forest.
No more medics to kill the pain.
I wanted to pick up that because it was rope. Subby, I fucking love TikTok. And TikTok's one of those things. So when you first came around, it was like, oh, it's just kids dancing, yada, yada, yada. But the second you start using it and watching stuff you like, the algorithm is so good to the point where I will go to bed tonight and I will just lose 40 minutes at least watching TikTok. So good. I also do like Instagram, but that's just because I use it for my hobby stuff. Hobby and thirst traps. Ah, beautiful. And friends, obviously. TikTok's also quite good for game developers. They post a lot of gameplay videos on TikTok. What is, because my memory is really bad and you guys seem to remember everything, there is that grimy horror game. It's like a medieval Souls-like game where there are zombies everywhere that's in development right now. That one. Let's see if people can get my terrible description. Oh, hey, Noel. That company posts loads of TikToks. Nightingale, which looks really good. And also Dark Tide, but yeah. No, it's not Bannerlord. Oh, I used to love Bannerlord. One second. I'm going to check it now because I've actually forgotten the name. Let's turn my phone down, though, so you don't hear whatever weird TikTok opens up. What am I doing? Don't know. I'm going to go to my following. Where is it? Blight Survival. There we go. If you Google Blight Survival, it's basically... I don't know if it's Tarkov-like because I've played it, but Blight Survival, and they have not loads of TikToks, but they post semi-regularly on TikTok. And TikTok is really, really, like, a good platform, I think, for game developers to, like, show footage. Because you just get these short little videos, and it's quite interactive. What was it, actually? Let's see, because I don't think it was any saucy thirst traps. So what was the thing that came up? Oh, it was a Bo Burnham video. And then, I don't know who that is. It's someone pretending they're a Warhammer 40k guardsman. A Returnal ad. Someone dunking on Redditors. Yeah, quite good. Most of my thirst traps are actually on Instagram, to be fair. So it's aight. And that's most of the videos. Hey, Richard. Oi, oi. I don't know what we're doing. I think we're going this way. I do like the fact this dog gun has loads of ammo, though. Oh, yeah, I've got this.
If you want to be sneaky, turn off your Pip-Boy light.
Yes, boss. This does not look like the right way.
Ready, steady, fighty.
Yeah, Devil, but you really need to, like, use it a lot. It's honestly great, because, like, obviously I'm vegetarian as well. So, for example, a lot of the way... I don't know how it does it. Oh. That actually made me jump a little bit. Oh, no, Attraction, I haven't even played the last few updates, but I need to get on that. I haven't played it since they revamped everything, and I just need to sit down. I think I just got really overwhelmed by the shop, and I didn't know what to do. Richard, no modded playthrough, I think? No, it's completely vanilla. I was saying, yeah, so on TikTok, like, for me, it suggests lots... For example, so, like, I'll often get, there's lots of medieval history videos I'll get. There's a few people who are, like, really into, like, medieval, knights and stuff, and I watch those. But then also, because, there are lots of channels who do, like, lore theory videos, or, like, book TikTok and things like that. It's really good. TikTok's grand. Oh, yeah.
Bad. We don't have any medics.
With me, when I went vegetarian, I loved fish, just so we're clear.
That's all.
I had to do it completely or not at all. I'm not vegan though, I absolutely love cheese. Yeah, Souls Lord videos good. Like mine are lots of Game of Thrones laws videos, because I've never read the book, so I find the lore interesting. So there's loads of like, this is about House Baratheon videos, or like, you know, a few big creators who like, fuck's sake, who do like, oh, what if, or like examining the characters a bit better. The Swiss famously hate the, hate cheese. Completely fair, Z, completely fair. Z only likes cheese if it's Belgian cheese. Unless it's Belgian cheese, they're just not interested. Which, to be honest, is completely fair. Ah, devil, it's really, really, really good. I think I'm just carrying a load of shit. I can't sort by weight, can I? No. Got so much crap. Only it does. Just Toblerone. That's it.
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
I think I'd heard somewhere then, yeah, they do actually quite like it. I meant to be sneaking. Oh, did I get just totaled? I did not even... Was my health really low? Or did that thing just crit me? Oh, it was just after that bit, it's fine. Not too bad. I think I must have loads of... Fucking hell, so much shit. I'll save after this. Ooh, I got a perk. Nice. Ah, definitely does not, Preston. What have I just got? I think I have some of the stuff from the last one, actually. Right, you know what? We're just going to quickly just go through this, and I don't want that either. And just sort my shit out. I'll keep those. I don't think I need turpentine, so I think fuck off. And then we're going to save. Keep an eye on the scripture, just because I think that might actually have use somewhere. Scrap electronics. Keep those. Pressure cooker, I think, was crafting something, but fuck it, we'll go without that. Yeah, exactly. If you truly believed that you wanted to build up the wasteland, any area is a good settlement. I'm gonna get killed again and just not save. Brexo cleaner. I think I turned off survival mode actually. 1 second, let's turn survival mode back on. Wrong button. Ah! Wrong button. Also wrong button. That button. That's the one. Oh yeah, I've turned off. I turned it off during the last DLC because it was really hard. So we've turned hardcore mode back on now. Oh! Oh no, look at our weight! No, we're turning hardcore mode back off because it makes my ammo weigh loads. Did I say turn it off? I meant, yeah, there we go. No hardcore mode for us because our ammo weighs. Our weight doubled. Right, we're doing. Oh yeah, just save. I think I just saved, but just in case. Got some Coke Zero. Only the finest in this house. I do like the Coke Zero. Ah! F5? I'm already in controller. So there's no quick save in this house. It does hardcore mode beat look pink.
Do you like me?
Yes. Oh, this is the 12 character. So much the other. I always use a controller if
Cessation
possible.
of hostilities complete.
My favourite YouTube channels, outside of all the ASMR channels I listen to, which are private, because I listen to ASMR while working. I don't know. So I was thinking about this earlier, because I used to like lots of political essayist stuff, like Philosophy Tube and ContraPoints, and I do still. But I realised I don't really watch YouTube videos much anymore for like the last 2 years. Because I just don't know why. I don't consume media in that way. If I do, it's usually like, because I do listen to, mentioned this before, I like listening to ASMR videos a lot. So I watch a lot of them, but they're really not, I have my favourite people I listen to, but that's more just when I'm working or like when I'm doing something else. Because it helps me focus. But like, I don't really... Yeah, like... I mean, again, the ones when I was listening to them and watching YouTube videos, like, in terms of, like, non-gaming stuff, it would be, like, Philosophy Tube, ContraPoints, Jimquisition, lots... I really like Vsauce, and, PBS Idea Channel, but they closed down. You really like PG Simulator that much? Lol. And yeah, stuff like that. And then in terms of like Fallout stuff, I don't tend to watch content of people I don't know. So for example, like I'll watch Darth Zeon's videos. I watch Stella stream when she does. She hasn't streamed in a while. I haven't seen her stream in a while. But like things like that. But I won't generally, for example, oh, do you watch this Fallout YouTuber? Unless I know them personally, no, not really. See, I have no idea who that is. I don't know if that's a joke. I used to love your videos, just don't fucking do any. I always used to really like your outro. I know it was like you just knobbing around, but just the way you delivered your outro, Patima, was just so good. Because Patima would end her videos, and then she'd be like, okay, cool. And I think she must have ripped... I think she mentioned she took the idea from someone else, but I don't care, it works. That's the first time I've ever seen it. And then while the video's ending, it will just kind of go to her, just sort of like the music are playing, but she's just knobbing around. Vati video. I still have no idea who that is, so no. Why did I pick that up when I'm struggling with weight? Also, I'm going to drop the counter over here. Gotta check my pre-war books. I have no idea if they're any good. Was the absolute best shit.
Are you out there? Teddy bear in the bottom right. Darling, this is you. And the pitter-patter of your penis feet so much.
The pitter-patter of your penis feet so much. Ah, fair. Yeah, see, like... I'll give you an idea. Let's go through the stuff on my... I'm not going to show you, because I don't want you to see all my ASMR people I'm subscribed to. Ooh, Hot Spanish Lady has a new ASMR video. Fantastic. So for example, like, I'll go through the non-ASMR channels and just read them off, the ones as they come up. So Bethesda, Darth Zeon, 11-Bit Studios, Captain Beardy. It's mostly mates, actually. Yes, it's all mates, so TNG. A lot. I've subscribed to some of the Meat Canyon. I actually follow them on TikTok, so I tend to watch their videos there. Anything good, actually? Quite a few cooking channels. God, I follow a lot of friends, don't I? Literally, so many of these are friends or music. Friends. Wow, I follow a lot of my mates. Literally, I'm just scrolling through. A lot of them are official gaming, like, game developer channels. So that's often what I'll usually subscribe to now. It's like, but it's kind of boring. Like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to find the last, like, non-friend content creator that I've actually watched regularly. Yeah, no, I've really not watched much at all. Like, the only stuff I've been looking at here is mostly, like... Yeah, like the PBS stuff. Oh, that's sad. I need to... I was thinking about the other day, I need to start using YouTube more for content. Oh, not about your YouTube. Me Canyon's really funny. They do those, like, really creepy videos where it's like... There's one of, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it's like a really creepy, twisted cartoon version of it. You should watch them. They're really, really grim. They're very gross, but like really quite disturbing and fun. See, often again, like, so I know Tia. We chat now and then, but I don't really watch his videos. But it's fine because I'm sure he doesn't watch mine. Yeah, mostly all of the like the Fallout stuff is usually like I will watch. Is it just in here? Oh, it's no. I'm an idiot. Amaroth tier 3 sub confirmed. The only thing I knew about, again, I think, what I know about her is she did the hot dub streams and then she had that whole thing where she escaped her abusive relationship. So, good for her. Apparently she makes shit tons of money as well, so nice.
This one looks pretty tough.
Yeah, lore videos are good. I think honestly, the reason why I don't YouTube very much is because I do use TikTok all the time. And I think TikTok might have replaced the itch for YouTube for me. Because YouTube for me was, like, prior to when I went all ASMR and now just literally have my headphones in and work while I'm listening to someone mumble stuff. Is more for, like, yeah, like essayist videos or lore videos. And I think I just get that fix from TikTok now. Which is good for it. I've never watched a YouTube short ever. Never in my life. I think they've been YouTubers suggested I make them myself.
Bad guys dealt with.
But like, yeah, I think YouTube just isn't good. Like, YouTube is good for videos when I need some information about something and watching my friends stream and sometimes their videos. That's it. Luetin? No. I think the only 76 content I watch now are friend streams, really. Like, I'll anecdotally watch Darth's videos. They're not all the time, I sometimes forget, but like, I'll usually like stalk his stream when I just want something to do. When I'm painting my Warhammers, for example. But like, yeah, no, I don't really watch much I think because I do it myself, so oh, it's fucking mines everywhere, man. Oh, I fucking hate 40k lore videos. I really hate 40k lore videos. The reason being is one of my friends does them, and he's apparently very good. But like, is that it's just people reading from the wiki. Like, that's all lore videos. That's all the 40k lore videos ever are. Is people reading from the wiki. I've actually got if you get bored, I did 2 40k lore videos, and I just hated doing them. 1 second, it's... How many views has it got? I'm pretty sure I've got... It's... If I Google 40k... I'll find the search phrase for you, sir. There we go. So I did a Dark Angels for the history of the Dark Angels video, which was 46 minutes long, and it's got 27k views. And then I did a 40k Space Wars video, which has just shy of 10k views. And I just didn't enjoy making them at all. I think I would probably do some streaming of Sons of the Forest after a couple of updates, or if I'll do them solo.
Please take this. I don't want you to die. Injecting stim pack.
Yeah, but no, I really hate lore videos. But I feel like 40k... Oh, it's beyond the rule. I feel like 40k lore videos are like the worst offenders for lore videos. Did I just get teleported up there? Well, speaking of that, Subby, would you like... No, it's alright. I think on a monthly basis, get a marketing email from one of their partner programs about advertising Raid Shadow Legends. Ow!
This will keep you on your feet.
Oh, she put some stim packs in. I didn't realise that. Oh, good. That was some good shooting there, boyo.
Also, do not approach a fallen pylon. If you see a fallen pylon, call security.
These are a bit intense, aren't they? Any more? Good. Shoot again.
Does that feel better?
It just works, guys. Lol. These things are vicious!
Injecting stim pack. Does that feel better?
Oh, I thought you'd... These things are a bit... I think if I ever committed to it, I would do amazing ASMR videos. Just saying. Hey, get some more of this ammo. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, bro. I mean, thanks for the help, I guess. Will you die already, you little fucking shit? So anyway, D&D stream when? Literally, I would love to. Like, not D&D, but like, I mention this a lot, and I talk about my France move all the time, but when I move to France, and therefore can afford a bigger place, like a house, I want like my own little studio room. And what I would like to do is, maybe not like D&D style streams, but I would love to do like a hobby stream, where I'm just like, got some back vibey music that I don't get copyrights for, or maybe we watch something, and I just paint, and we just natter, like a kind of hangout vibey stream. I'd really like to do that at some point. What's my shotgun? That is not my shotgun.
Game Pass.
I've never actually played D&D, which is weird for someone who plays a lot of hobby. I've never played D&D ever. So, yeah. Yep, I'm playing on PC using a controller, because it's vibey. Did I just save? Don't know. Doll. They're called action figures. They're, well, miniatures, actually. Some people call them minis, but I don't accept that phrasing. Right. That was a lot of combat. What's the time? So I'm going to finish in around 20-ish minutes, I think, because it's already 11 o'clock. Yeah, D&D's just... I think what it is with D&D... So I play a lot of hobby stuff. So I don't know... For the devil, I don't... You know, might do. But I do lots of, like, Warhammer. Necromunda, and I played lots of Kill Team recently. And just with D&D, I think I've sort of pedestaled it. So I want to have my first D&D experiences be quite nice. And therefore I keep putting it off. Because people go going, oh, you can play D&D with me, that'll be cool. And I just look at them and, like, in my brain, I'm like, I don't want to have my first D&D game with you. It has to be special. I will do it at some point. Ah, no, yeah. Stubby, the game has absolutely crashed, just not in this run. It crashed quite a lot. I think it's crashed at least once. Oh, what? There's fucking loads of them.
Do you hear anything, Tank?
Does that feel better?
Fucking hell. I need to buy more gun and more ammo. To be fair, I think that shop actually has shit tons of resources. It's not the end of the world. But I will at some point play D&D. Yeah, like, I think a hobby painting stream might be quite vibey. Take me home. That did not do as much damage as I thought it might. Really? Might try and get it Stubby on a different platform. So I found that Fallout 3, for example, on Steam never worked for me. But Fallout 3 on Game Pass worked perfectly. Might be something to have a butcher's at. I'm going to buy... You know, I'm going to go to that thing and buy some shotgun. Whoop. Too quiet. Painting figures in a half-time stream. Wow, Z, just saying. So one thing about my whole, like, not drinking booze thing is I've also, well, I'm, like, not drinking booze for, like, a month and a half and then only doing it once a week, is I've also been doing my, like, 1 meal a day dieting, so I have lost a lot of weight, so it might be a little bit of Davey thirst tap streaming. No, it won't, but, like, you know, I'd look good in this. I'd look good. I wouldn't be against a little hot tub stream. 24-hour hot tub stream.
Please take this. I don't want you to die.
Jesus Christ. I think it's just they do so much damage as well.
Please take this. I don't want you to die.
Who the fuck is shooting me? And that's, why is it going straight through my armor?
Please take this.
I think with these ones, my hammer is fucking hell.
Does that feel better?
Why is this armor just really shit? We consider that a promise, obviously. Jesus, I think maybe this armor's really bad. That was... I don't know why you did it like that. Right, let's go buy some shit.
Fighting over.
Let's check the 14. Oh no, it's better. Fucking hell, man. Right, let's go in there. I need to buy some bullets. Yes, I can do that. Right, it's 9 minutes past. What I might do actually, guys, because I'm gonna get some bullets, and I don't want to start an excursion now because I've actually been streaming for 3 hours. Most of this was actually the intro to the game, so I'm probably gonna in a sec, so we can call it for today. I'll stream this again next week. But I've actually got. I basically, you guys may notice I'm doing a lot more content now. Is that noticed? Because best 3 hours worth of goods. That is the correct answer. So I'm gonna have hopefully a Fallout 76 video up on the weekend. Basically, because I just finished the season, like last week, I did it like last minute. I'm gonna be doing a video using the new garden pieces. Well, the last season garden pieces, because I want to make some scrap camps out of them. Well, you should notice there's loads of videos, because there's been loads of fucking videos and streams. Z gets it. Z, don't spoil it. It was meant to be a surprise.
Might I be of service, sir?
Yeah, potentially. So yeah, there's lots of new stuff that I wanna. Oh, you can repair stuff. Nice. That's alright, I enjoy doing these streams. I said I've got to stop drinking beforehand though, because it just makes me so tired. So no booze for me before next time. Right, do you have 12? That's not really very much, is it? Really? No, it is not. Fine, whatever. Right. Okay, so yeah, this has been fun. This has been vibes. So, what's that? So, I'm gonna... What day is it? Thursday. Yeah, so hopefully have the Fallout 76 video up over the weekend. I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. And then I'll probably stream again. I'm gonna have at least 2 more Sons of the Forest videos up. Like the first one did really, really well. The last one did a lot less, but to be honest, I'm not surprised because the first one it's quite erratic because it's quite a new game. So I'm gonna do 2 more. Then you'll probably just see them sporadically because I just like they're fun. It's fun to make. I like playing the game, and I think I'm just gonna continuously play it and just make videos when it does releases. And I'll stream of it. So it should be fun. But what I'm going to do now, right, is I'm going to have a shower. Because I'm sitting here sweating my ass off. But this has been very vibey. I love you all. I've also lost a bit of my voice. So I'm going to have to drink a cup of tea or something. And yes. What was it? Warhammer Leotard Hot Tub stream next week. Take care, everyone. See ya. Bye, 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 bye.